Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Oh, hello there.
Hi.
Dings.
Hi.
Fancy seeing you here.
Hi.
Make sure everyone is on audio. Yeah, okay, we're good.
Welcome. Welcome back.
Perfectly synchronized dabs. I just wanted. Ooh. I'm getting all my oohs while Nunu isn't here. Ooh.
Oh. Ooh,
Ooh.
Who woos in
Where's
chat
Nunu?
to spur Nunu.
where's Nunu?
Wherever he is, he's in pain.
Nuwu will be joining us hopefully tonight after the break-ish. That is the plan. Something came up, and we're rolling on.
He's dead.
We are back for episode 9 of season 3 of Quest to Soaring City. It's called Sunlit Reunion. I'm putting a rosy picture out into the universe for this episode, because you're gonna deserve it.
None of us are buying it anyway.
Excuse?
Yeah. What you're selling, I don't want. It's all gonna go fine.
So where do we leave off last time? Like where are we? Are we anywhere interesting?
Just the palace of the sun. Just
Yeah.
it's fine.
Totally fine.
Just some
House of
weird
the
old
Sun.
mesa.
In Shemsara, a city built upon a mesa, and just like minor detail of Ferris's hometown. We are endeavoring on a mission to recover Ferris's brother, Camille, and also to snatch something called the chromatic gem, which is here to harness the power of the celestial convergence of the stars. Which, if you've been watching our show, the stars aren't nice.
No.
Stars are mean. Also, Nat, that
Stars are very
gem,
mean.
if it absorbs the power, better have a chimera come out of it. Just saying.
Can I find someone else to do tech? Like, can I just can I banish him?
I'll go.
Dang it.
I'm pretty sure you know how to do tech.
Yeah,
I'm
sure
not
you
jamming, that'd be
volunteering.
hellish.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
I'll do it.
And where we left off, we had one split of the teams planned. One team goes after the gem, one team recovers Camille. But Naima, Ferris's younger sister, is a fight child and was like, nah, I got a better plan, and had Ro come with her to go after Camille when Ro was definitely supposed to go with the other group. That'll be fine. We'll split up.
Also, after Ferris was like,
Zeke
"Hey, Ro,
will be-
don't let Naima go inside without me. She's reckless." And then Ro's just like, "Yeah, let's go."
What? You were like, keep an eye on Naima.
She specifically said, "Don't go in until I get there. I don't want Naima in there alone."
Yeah, but then you were like, oh, go keep. Ro interpreted as like, it's fine if Ro is there as backup.
That's not what she meant.
Because then she's not alone.
No, she said, "Don't let Naima go in without me." It's gonna be fine.
I'm not
Or-
worried at all.
It might not be fine. We'll find out.
Nat,
Probably isn't fine, but we're good.
don't you hurt my giant teenager best buddy.
Oh, just because you're life-linked doesn't mean that she's going to be any less careless.
In fact, can confirm life
I mean-
does not affect the level of carelessness with which you go about your life.
To be honest, I
So-
expected her to be more.
Reasonable. So Zeke is going to be uncharacteristically quiet while we split up into teams and split up gang. I'm not entirely sure what the plan is for the split, but I know that Zeke and Lena were at least planning on going and stealing a gem.
Yes, we were gonna go steal. We were gonna go do a steal. Yep. So y'all can do
Alright.
the non-steal stuff, and hopefully Zeke will show up, and we can go steal something. I think in the original plan, it was meant to be like Lena, Zeke, Ro, and Alika. So I don't know if we still want to send Alika with Lena and Zeke. as
Sure, I
well.
can have one less NPC to baby for half the session.
Yeah, exactly. Just like put the NPCs in 2 different groups.
To be fair, we're gonna steal too. steal our way into a castle
Steal a kid.
or palace.
That's called kidnapping. Yeah, but what if he's
Palace,
your brother and he's
castle.
been kidnapped?
Well, actually, most kidnappings are done by family members, so
That is
like that's a statistical
I mean,
fact.
he's been kidnapped by someone else, and then you're stealing him back. That's the right
Isn't
thing
this
to do.
just a matter of perspective?
I mean, kids often nap.
Shut
it's
up,
not
Aaron.
unusual.
Y'all are not gonna be helping Rose moral compass. Just letting you know now.
Yeah, you know we're in deep when Lena seems to be the most morally aligned in the group. I just want to go steal something. I don't want to kill anybody. I just want to go steal something that's shiny.
I'm sorry, I have killed less people than Lena.
Lena has killed 0 people.
As have I, but I've healed many. That counts as negatives.
Does it? Does it? All right, so I'm gonna send Lena and Zake and Alika off and just kind of not look at them for a while.
Okay, bye.
While Ferris and the doctor, Megan, we still want to see your lovely face in peanut gallery reactions. Come on.
Don't you lie to me.
About what?
Should
The
get some-
face or the peanut gallery reactions? Because they're both lovely.
The first one. It's okay. I should
We
go
having
get
a
some
fight?
popcorn. Okay, we can fight. Later, though.
Right.
We'll fight.
Yeah. All right. So Ferris and the doctor, you find yourselves on the steps out front of the Palace of the Sun. In there, somewhere, I think Ferris's last guess was in the Radiance quarters, is your brother.
Yeah.
The doctor, by the way, sticks out here.
Yeah, I know.
Only a little bit.
You know,
No, wait,
Palace
a
of the
lot.
Sun,
lot.
built on an oasis, desert mesa. Doctor, your outfit's a little dark.
Might Faris know any ways into the Sun Palace through, you know, like a side kitchen entrance or something that only the Solari use, that we might be able to get in without going just like walking through the main fucking doors of the palace and get us straight into the Solari quarters?
Well, there are barracks entrances flanking the stairs. Notably, also like going up the stairs into the first open area is actually open to the public, so you can get in a little bit without people being like, "That's weird." Stop you on the
Okay.
steps kind of situation.
That's good.
But you know, your call.
We could go and see how heavily guarded it is, and cast a sneaky little sense magic, see if there's anything untoward happening in any particular areas, other than the gem that's ready to absorb the power of the stars.
Yeah, but that's not nearby, so you don't detect that.
Okay.
All right. So as you make your way up the steps, they come into this beautiful columned open room where the roof is in these little arch cups, and each of them has a beautifully tiled sun built into the ceiling, which mirrors a starry expanse tiled into the floor. It is a lot. Flanking on the outside of this roughly ovoid room is a number of different offshoots. You count 4 different exits, each of them flanked by at least 2 guards, one of which is a Solari.
Okay.
There seems to be a bit of a bustle about, though, because there's also a couple guards who are having a hushed conversation with a couple of the stationed guards.
Are any of those Solari, or are they all regular guards?
They're all Reikis. Just normies.
Faris will just nudge the doctor and be like, I kind of want to hear what they're saying. And just pretend you're admiring the tile work. And then we'll just sort of like walk around going like, oh, isn't this lovely? And quietly and edge towards them to see if they're saying anything important.
It's amazing how they put that together. Cannot believe it.
When you think about how old it is as well, it's amazing.
You get the basic gist of the conversation edging close. It's not hard. They're distracted. Some guard went missing. They thinking he's like just missed his shift. They're grumpy.
Okay.
You say it took them long to get that carved in that exact shape.
Oh man. So there's like, how many doors did you say there were? And they're all guarded.
4. All guarded, which means there are currently 10 guards in this room, all total.
Mm-hmm. How many of them are Solari?
4 of them.
Okay. Are there any other like doorways or staircases or anything that we could go up without it looking weird?
No, this is the extent of the public access. As you're considering your situation, a guard pops out of the door that the 4 guards are gathered around and gestures them all to follow her. And all the guards except 1 in that entrance fall on in, and they close the door behind.
Okay. Oh, do I get anything from my detect magic? Sorry, sense magic. Wrong game.
Okay. You get a couple things. First of all, fun fact: Solari are magic people.
Yeah, she knew that.
You know that, but I gotta mention it. You also detect the masking of your own aura from the potion you took last week, which you notice. Besides that, this room seems relatively inert.
Okay.
There's one other thing. The guard who popped in and had the other ones follow her, she seems vaguely familiar, but having a little bit of like place in her. It's been a while.
Do I know which of these doorways leads into like the Solari quarters and therefore to Erin's quarters?
So the 2 on the sides, you can get down to the barracks pretty effectively. The 2 forward can get you to the Radiance quarters more directly, because they're more central and back because he's special.
Yeah. In that case, I would like to cast a lure sigil at like just outside the main doorways to get the guards to like go out to look at it, and then we can go through those doors to the Radiance quarters. It is a sigil that attracts creatures to its location where they linger for a minute. It's part of the sigil ability.
People are creatures.
Yeah. People are creatures.
Okay, so where are you placing that? Like out in the steps, or?
Yeah, I think like just beyond the main doorway that we just came through.
Yeah. All right. Yeah,
she'll kind of whisper to the doctor that she's doing this so he knows. It's not just
reasonable.
like...
Right.
Why don't you, because like if someone noticed you invoking this magic, it could be kind of a bad news situation.
Yeah.
So why don't you roll the die to see how well you can conceal that?
Yeah, she's sort of doing it while talking to the doctor and sort of like masking it as pointing at parts of the ceiling and stuff.
Oh, you're gonna put the lure sigil like in one of the ceiling domes?
I think the lure sigil does it have to go like where?
Oh, you draw it, like.
Okay. That is a 12.
So that's a mixed success. So I think your options are, most of them don't see it, but one of them does. It comes to investigate. Or the other option, the other option is that you will attract a face you didn't want to see.
Right now or in the future?
Oh, no. The sigil will lure a face you didn't want to see.
the second one.
Delightful. So this is when someone just parades out Zake's head to come and say hi. Wouldn't that be mean? Megan.
Why do you keep getting rid of Megan, Nat?
I'm not doing it. It's just a side effect.
It's just the symptom, not the cause.
All right, so you invoke the lure sigil, you trace it on the floor, magic foot style, and then try to kind of drift on over towards the less guarded door.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We'll
It's
wait for them to
weird.
have sort of moved away. Sorry. We'll wait for them to sort of moved away and then just quickly slip in.
Oh yeah. It's weird sitting around kind of waiting for this sigil to do it, because you're looking around and at first everyone's acting normal and then they just all kind of start to drift towards it, a little bit of magic. And they're just looking at each other. They'll chat a little bit, as the guards come together and moving towards it as if it's normal. It's almost as if they're doing it subconsciously. It's just like, oh yeah, now we're over here. And it's kind of uncanny. And you two actually feel the pull a little bit too, but being very mindful of it, you can pull yourself off. What do you do now?
Ferris will just nudge the doctor and nod to the door that she thinks will get them to Erin's quarters faster. And just go and quietly open it and slip through while the guards are outside.
Delightful. So, as you slip through the door, you come through. You hear a thud in the distance. So as you come through, there is a Solari who seems to be coming this way to getting lured forward, but at the moment, she's actually facing away because of the thud as you come through. And you have like a split second before she wheels around at the sound of the door opening. What do you do?
Nat, would you consider a Solari to be a boss?
I don't. That's something you got to find out via experimentation and based on these specific Solari. Like Ferris might be really cool, but mechanically not a boss. But like Erin's a boss.
What are you thinking, Robert?
Okay, I'm gonna do it. Just you suddenly see shadow begin to emanate from the doctor, and then you just hear, good night, sweet child of the light. And I cast an enhanced sleep on them, so if they are a minion and not a boss, it will put them to sleep for an hour.
And if they're a boss?
Oh, it doesn't work.
All right.
Oh, God.
So as this woman wheels around, and Ferris, you immediately recognize her, this hair braided back and pulled, falling back across her armor of Zahira. A old Solari enforcer who had a bone to pick with Ferris.
Mm-hmm.
And just looks at the doctor saying these very creepy words, and immediately slaps the butt of the spear down on the ground and starts to invoke a spell as she says you're not supposed to be here. She's going to befizzle the doctor.
Let's just
I'm gonna try and
leave.
befizzle her!
Okay. So this is a funny little situation because technically, the protagonists go first, but there's a good narrative beat for her to go. So why don't we roll to see who goes first? Just like whoever rolls higher, the fizzle goes off.
I rolled a 9.
You're in luck today because she rolled a 5.
Oh my god. Oh.
So she slaps the spear butt into the floor, reaches her hand out, and this little solar radiance starts to reach out for the doctor. But Ferris is faster. She befizzles, and she is a boss, so you have to hold it. But the magic just winks out on her.
Okay.
But that was her go. So now we find ourselves back at the doctor and Ferris.
That was
Seeing that the befizzle doesn't work, she lowers her spear. And it's very weird seeing like the Solari armor and the spear work. It's very similar to Ferris, although Ferris has grown in style a little bit since then.
Do you have anything else that can just knock her out? Farah says while maintaining the spell.
No.
Great. If only we had Lena and her bloody sleep poisons.
What do you do?
Okay. How far are they away?
They're nearby.
They're nearby.
I love how in Quest I can just say that. It's so freeing.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, a Solari is a magical creature. Yeah, no, that doesn't. Okay.
What are you thinking?
No, nothing. I wasn't gonna encase her in force field. The doctor's just gonna kind of actually just walk straight up to her and go, and just gonna go, apologies, we are a little bit lost. We were looking for the bathroom. And then I will put my scythe into my hand and attack.
So as you're saying that, she like lowers the spear point ever so slightly, and the scythe appears, and it's just like.
I mean, it wasn't gonna work. I tried to put her to sleep.
As you are winding the scythe back to strike, she's breathing in breath to shout something.
That's not nice of her. I mean, why would she do that?
Stabby. So once again, as you're hefting the scythe, you feel it ask for AP.
Don't kill her, Scythe.
Oh. I'll give it AP.
And it asks for another AP.
Last time, 2 AP just hit all enemies in the area, and I only have 1 enemy in front of me. So I'm gonna hold
This is
for
true.
1.
Alright, so make an attack on her and Ferris. Because the first one makes it multi-target, the second one adds damage. But this is how we learn how magic items work.
Okay, so on her it's a 13.
Success.
I love you, Ferris.
What did you roll? Did you roll a 20?
I rolled a nat 20.
For fuck's sake. You better heal me after this, I swear to God.
I mean...
Alright, so Befizzle doesn't end just from you getting smacked good, right? You need to actually, like...
I'm about to check, because I'm not sure.
That's the
could be
4
bad.
damage.
Okay. If you're casting a spell on the boss, you must concentrate to maintain its effect. The spell ends if you move or do something else. Does being attacked count as doing something else?
No, that's something being done to you. That's different.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it doesn't end. But Faris will look very offended.
Alright. So, Ferris, are you going to keep maintain befizzle with your action?
Does she look like she is literally about to start shouting?
She is ready to
right.
shout something.
I'm just gonna. Faris is well trained in hand-to-hand combat. Can she like punch her in the throat in such a way that she can't start shouting, which will end the fizzle, but like incapacitate her in a different way?
I mean, yeah, totally. I mean, that's what the die is for.
Yeah. 15.
That's a full success. So you, as I am fond of saying, you jack her in the throat.
Yeah. And just try to like get behind her and kind of cover her mouth and just like pull her aside.
So you have somewhat entangled her in lieu of doing damage.
Yeah.
Somewhat restrained. And now it's her go.
And Faris will also just whisper to her, "You are going to let us through."
You can't really hear what she's trying to say super great, but you're absolutely certain you catch the word traitor.
Cool.
Do I just and I think as is happening, she drops the spear and just goes to do the back elbow. And I think actually no, because she has to talk for Thunderous Word. That doesn't work. Dang. Actually, what's quite funny is a lot of the Wrath abilities explicitly say you have to say something.
Yeah, you have to speak a word of power.
How dare.
Almost like a Solari would know that.
Almost.
Yeah, she's just gonna attack you. Just like normal ass. Try to elbow you in the around the armor. Which will succeed, so you have the option of either letting her go or taking 3 damage.
Was that a tough choice attack from her?
No, it's just that's the option I'm giving you.
Oh right, okay.
I'm playing with the game.
Okay. No, I'll keep hold of her.
Okay. Back to the doctor and Ferris.
Can I try and knock her unconscious? Or is that like... Would that just be reducing her to 0 hit points rather than...
Usually, yeah.
But I'm imagining like, because I've got her in this hold, can I just, squeeze a bit till she goes unconscious but not dead?
Yeah, you can try that. I feel like, choking someone out takes a while, so you could initiate the process. But you'd have to keep her from getting away for probably a couple more turns after that.
Hang on, let me look at my abilities. Thunderous Word is loud.
Yeah, so far you've managed to keep this relatively quiet, and like if you succeed at the choking, that would maintain quiet.
Yeah. She's already recognized who Faris is, so fuck it. Faris just like still holding her and starting to try and like choke her out till she's unconscious, just whispers again like, "I'm not here to hurt you or anyone else. I just want him back. So just stand aside and let us through."
All right. I don't think I'm going to have you roll for that. It'll be her trying to roll to foil it.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor?
Okay, so now...
Robert.
I wanna
Alan,
try,
voice actor.
Thank you. I want to try this little thing. Okay, so like I saw her elbow Ferris, my good friend Ferris Munir,
Who you would never hurt.
whom I would never hurt intentionally. And that's very physical, and being physical is just like not a good thing. I'm a pacifist. I would like to unfurl my force field and wrap it around Ferris like armor, if I could.
Oh, so like while she's doing it, while she's choking out Zahira, it would block her blows.
Yeah, it has 20 whole HP to absorb non-magical damage.
I'm familiar.
And that seemed very non-magical.
Yeah, didn't it? All right, so, and once again, not gonna have you roll for that. I think what the situation's gonna be is we're gonna fast forward a little bit because at this point she has like this much time to get out of this before it's lights out. So I'm just gonna give her a couple rolls, but I'm adjusting the odds because of the
Okay.
force field. Also, thank you for the subscription. Whoop, whoop. So the second roll was a triumph.
God damn it!
That's rude. Just saying.
So
It is
rude.
So I think, because I'm liking this whole like maintain a little bit of stealth thing, I'm gonna play with that a little bit. So I think she gets her mouth open for a moment, and just is able to cough out one little word. She just goes, "Burn," as she's going to smite
No.
Ferris.
God.
Roll the no. Roll the no.
Oh, wait, unless she's who's she targeting?
Ferris.
Yeah, okay. No.
The person choking her. Yes.
19.
And that just works with no, right?
Which I believe is a triumph in our game, which means she actually gets a slight recoil from it and takes 1 damage.
Well, that is the moment where she gives up the ghost and body goes limp and falls unconscious.
Thank you, Doctor, because I only had 9 HP left, so that smite would have taken me out.
Just as she goes down, just looking at her, goes, "I'm really sorry about. I'm still make the sight go away. Still learning. Shouldn't have done that."
It's okay, just try not to stab me again. And she, like, kind of gently lowers Zahira's body to the floor. Starts looking around for a place to stash it.
So I didn't really describe this as you entered the room because there were
Yeah.
other things happening, but you're in a hallway that's leading farther and deeper in. There are little pillars on the sides, like kind of decorative pillars, but not really a proper spot to hide a fully armored, unconscious person.
Are there any other rooms off to the side?
There are some rooms. There are some rooms along, but before we get into that, we're gonna check in on Ro.
Okay.
Hi.
So, Ro, you had followed Naima on into the Palace of the Sun from above, from the roof. Naima, from last session, leads you into a hatch on one of the roof where this guard, which Naima had conked unconscious, presumably came through.
Right. And
Yeah.
Ro is in human form too. They shifted back.
You find yourself dropping into a library, which is a little dusty and very quiet.
Is there anyone in there that we see at least?
You don't see anyone immediately, although you hear like scrubbing at the edge of your sounds of your consciousness, you can hear like a page turn.
Okay.
Naima turns to you and goes, "All right, so I think that we have to go that way." And she points she points back towards where the convergence would have been. But I'm honestly a little turned around. I never really visit the library.
I have no idea where to go, so that seems as good a guess as any.
You don't have any like magic where you can reach out into the universe and find where things are?
Not like that. Lena's the one who's really good at sneaking around inside of buildings and like finding where things are. Ooh, if we can find like a mouse or like a bug or something, I could ask them if they know.
Okay, that's a great idea. We'll try to find a mouse. And so off in the distance, you hear a very soft shh. Sorry.
Maybe we should go.
Find a mouse. They're gonna be more likely to be in the library, right?
I don't know. I was only in here like once and they kicked me out because I got frosting and jelly all over the books.
Let's try to take a look around.
That's what Ro was up to in that time off. Getting kicked out of libraries.
All right. So Naima starts to cast around looking for a small fauna.
Yeah, I'll look around, trying to not like be spotted. Like I'll sort of peek around aisles and see if I see someone before I scamper by.
All right. Why don't you roll the die?
Oh boy. 12.
That's a mixed success. So,
Yep.
So one option is clearly you see the mouse. You see a mouse, but as it's going into a hole in the wall. I think the other option is that you see a mouse, but it's heading off in the direction that you heard the shush from.
Ooh. Either one, I think, will have the potential for hijinks. So I'm gonna say the first one, just because I then love the mental image of Ro on all fours sticking their face into this hole and casting Speak with Animals to just go, excuse me? Hi, do you know where, the recent, like, construction things that happened are? Can you help me find it? Hi, I'm Ro. Just like on the ground with my face
Right.
pressed up against it.
Sounds great. So you poke your face down into the hole, and like Ro's pretty small, but it's still only most of face. And as your face is approaching the hole, you note that it's oddly cold.
In the hole? Weird.
Like there's cold air emanating out of the hole.
Oh, maybe there's like a bigger room back behind there or something.
And as you stick your face in, there is this skittering. Something a little bit different than a mouse. You see the mouse, it's hanging out, but around the mouse, skittering about this inside the wall section, are a bunch of ants that are, like bullet ant sized, they're chonkers, that are encased in ice cubes.
Oh, hey! We were just
They're
talking
called
about
frost
these
weavers,
guys.
and they're great.
Do I recognize them from the Grunville Community College, like, university mascot sweaters? We talked last week about how they were the mascot.
Absolutely, we do.
Like, oh, hey!
And do you cast Speak with Animals?
Oh, yeah, I already took the AP for it.
So, as you speak with animals, you hear it's like a cacophony of we've been had. We have to scatter. Close the gates. And what does Rose say to them?
Oh, I'll just sort of be like, oh, wait, no, you don't have to run away. I want to be a friend. Oh, I'm just looking for directions.
Two of them turn to you, brandishing a pair of scissors, because they wield weapons together. And so,
I love them.
and the left scissor, the left-handed scissor, the lefty goes, "You won't tell them we're here?"
No, don't worry. I won't tell anybody anything about you, especially if you don't want me to.
They like close and open the scissors a couple times, like hopping close and far apart again. Promise?
Oh yeah, I promise. And it's really important to keep your promises. I don't like it when people break their promises to me, so I won't do that to you. Don't worry.
What do you want to know?
Oh, I'm looking for some directions. There was like a bunch of, I guess, like a whole new part of this building was added on not too long ago, and I don't know how to get there. Do you know how to get there from here?
You hear a frantic scrabbling as Naima kind of slides in next to you, but head outside of Hull, and goes, Ro, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm getting directions. I don't explain anything else.
So Sam, in your mind, when you talk to these ants in Speak Animals, are you speaking like the human language, or are you speaking some sort of weird ant dialect?
Ooh.
Can Naima understand what you say?
I can't decide which is funnier, honestly. I think let's say I'm making like animal sounds. So maybe she just hears like sort of like pincer-like clicks that Ro is somehow able to make right now.
Delightful. So getting directions, you put your face back in the hole.
Yeah.
Naima's kind of craning to see what the hell is in there, but it's not that big a hole, so the row face is really blocking the way. The new construction. Oh, the convergence room. Yeah. We can take you there.
Oh, that would be really helpful. I have a friend with me, and we're both a little too big for this hole, though. You know if there's a way that we'll be able to go?
The lefty and righty scissors look at each other and then go, we will do this for the hive. And they say in unison, we will sacrifice ourselves to guide you.
Oh, well, if I can do anything to, like, help, you don't need to sacrifice anything. But thank you for the help. I'll help protect you so that nobody will find your hive.
They consider each other for a second and go, we appreciate your offer of returning us, but you should know that we are ready to make the ultimate sacrifice. We must leave the sacred weapon behind for our future generations as they leave the scissors behind.
Oh my god.
And they scuttle forward to then crawl on Ro's face. They're nice and cool.
Oh, that's nice.
And they say,
your bravery will not be forgotten. And I'll just straighten up and turn to Naima with these ants on my face.
And Naima, who's not expecting this in the slightest, just like visibly jumps. Like,
Ro is such a weirdo. I love that.
So they're gonna take us to the Radiance Court, and there's this shh from off in the other end. So they're gonna take us to the Radiance Quarters.
Yeah, they said they could take us to the Convergence room.
No, that's where the others are going. We're trying to get to the Radiance private quarters.
Okay, I bet they could take us there too, though. Is there
I really hope so.
Is there something about that room that I could tell them so they know which one?
Do they ask them if they understand normal people?
Do you understand people?
The two of them who have made their way lefty and righty onto Ro's left and right shoulder, scuttle on down and look at you and goes, we understand more than you think.
Oh, okay, then did you just hear that I messed up and we're actually looking for the Radiance room?
It is okay. We're yours. Today.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. I like you. And I just sort of scritch them.
Please do not touch my armored exterior.
Oh, sorry. I can, fix it up if you need.
We shall melt out here, away from the cold.
Oh.
And it shall be our undoing.
No, you'll be
But we are
okay.
ready.
No, you won't melt. I won't let you. And I'll just sort of put my hands up to them and I'll cast freeze.
Just to keep the cold.
Yeah.
And Naima, who's looking.
Naima has no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
There's this puff of cold frost cloud.
Yeah. But you can just do that?
Yeah.
At this point, Ro, or behind Naima, you see a someone in red and gold robes walk around the corner. You can see a kind of fiery glint in the eye, and they have a line of tattoos along like their forehead, like a circlet. And he raises his hand, and then kind of does the like, I'm gonna tell these kids to not being loud in the library, and then sees the ants and goes like, "Excuse me, children, but what are you doing with pets in the library?"
Sorry, I just found them, but I will let them out.
You found them in the library?
Maybe.
And the ants goes, lie! The hive must be protected.
Somewhere else in the building. Ro's not an experienced liar.
Yeah. At this point, Naima starts to grow to large height and starts to draw her sword in the direction of this person's face. Ro, what do you do? Because you have a moment to react, because you're a protagonist.
Oh no, this is gonna be terrible. Call.
What was that?
Cloud call. The room is just full of fog and cloud now.
All right. So as the room fills with clouds, there's a clatter. You hear something thump over onto the ground. You feel Naima's hand, much bigger now, grab yours, Ro, and just says, "Follow me." And she starts running and pulling Ro and your ant friends Lefty and Righty along.
Okay. I'll just sort of call to my aunt's friends. Like, okay, just let us know where to go. We're looking for the Radiant. It's probably the fanciest room, I guess. Okay. I don't know.
Righty, who's on your left shoulder, goes, this way, towards me.
Oh, this way, and I'll direct Naima.
Yeah. And then Lefty on Archer goes, this way, and they kind of direct you through the cloud and out of the library.
All right, the cloud does dissipate once I leave the scene, so it won't be up too long, like, once we're gone.
Yeah, so I just like the idea of, like, as Ro and Naima exit the library, the camera just stays on the library. As the cloud dissipates, you see this hapless lorekeeper on his ass. A table has fallen over. There are books strewn everywhere across the ground. This goes, this is how you get ants. And
that should have been the episode title.
You think I had that prepared? I'm gonna hop on over to Ferris and the Doctor.
I'm sorry, I don't know how we're gonna follow that up. Like, end the episode there. That was perfect. That's it. We're done.
You're not.
I think that's the season finale right there.
You should just mute yourself and react. This is now Ro interacts with ants.
With Lefty and Righty.
There is no more show. There's only Ro interacts with ants.
We left
Shut the rest of it down.
You know, if you do adopt them, they may eventually ask if you have something resembling their sacred weapon that they could wield again.
I'm sure we could help them out.
Lena can make a lot of things.
Oh, so man.
Them some pretty dope.
Can you make sacred scissors, Megan?
Why not?
Answer's yes.
My only limitations are where I place them.
How many?
And I place them right on the other side of sacred scissors.
How many
Yeah,
AP does it cost to make sacred scissors?
To make sacred scissors.
Can we make?
Because I will use all of it.
Ant guns.
What if Lefty had a gun? Anyway.
It's that meme with the big book. It's like, quest the Soaring City. Quest the Soaring City if Lefty had a gun.
So, after silencing Zahira, you're able to pick up quite easily that the group of guards that left ahead of you were going after some disturbance in the library.
Ah.
And it seems that
Ferris
something is causing a disturbance. Good.
Yeah, you overhear this in like the end of the hallway. You stashed Zahira in a closet somewhere. You know,
I
the
also
usual
gag her
things.
and bind her hands.
Yeah, that'll last a
Okay.
long time.
Yeah. That's gonna last the entire time that we're here. Just know it.
Definitely. So you overhear these guards, and they're like, "We gotta go to the library." And then you hear someone else pop in. It's like, "We've identified it. It's like a giant and a child." And they have gone out of the library, and they're heading to the heart of the palace. And so these guards are heading that direction. What do you do?
Where are they? Are they like beyond us, or are they back the way we came?
Beyond you. These are the ones that left ahead, and they're trying to assess the situation.
So presumably they're gonna be going in the same direction we want to go. So if we like hide
Yeah.
for a second, they might get. Wait, are they like in the corridor moving now, or are they?
Yeah, you could like tail them.
Yeah. I was gonna say like if we just like hold back a bit so that they don't see or hear us, but we can follow behind.
All right.
That.
But the doctor will also just hear Faris go like, "For fuck's sake," under her breath.
and the doctor's just like, yeah, and just place a hand on Ferris's back and give you a heal because that's kind of necessary.
I'm gonna recast shield on myself as well. So I'm back up.
I'm
to
also
full-
not removing the force field armor.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I will
Excellent.
note, we didn't like skip over this, but the force field did take 6 points of damage from very
Cool.
strong elbows.
Okay.
Wonderful.
So I've got force field on 14.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
All
Please
right.
don't stab me again.
No worries.
So if the two of you want to tail these guards, I would like each of you to roll a d6.
Okay.
Rude.
5.
So Falwyn
One.
Denor. One. So you're gonna have a what am I call it? I like to call it a complication.
I mean, you could argue that's a 7. It looks kind of 70.
It is a 6-sided die, my dude.
No, this one goes up to 7.
This one goes up to 7. 1 isn't even
special.
on the die.
Is the D6's nickname Spinal Tap?
It's like Bed Bath & Beyond. That's the Beyond section of the die.
It's actually the DLC. Robert paid extra for it. So you have to acknowledge it.
Oh, I was like, it's like
How
the
did you
secret.
know
It's like
that
the
these die
secret
were named
menu
from
at Star.
EA?
It's like the secret menu at Starbucks. Like you
When the
can't
die-
see the 7, but you can. If you go up there and say, "I would like a 7," the die is gonna know what you're asking
There
for
you
and do
go.
it for you.
It's when the die lands on the corner.
Yeah.
Yes. So now,
So these guards have gathered to be about 7 strong. Within their ranks are 3 Solari. And they're making their way along, and you're doing it just fine. There's not a lot of cover, but they're focused, so just being quiet is doing it for now. And then, Falwyn, to be frank, you knock over a vase. It shatters on the ground. Everybody stops and turns. And then right as that's happening, slamming out of a side door past them on the other side is Naima as her 9-foot ultra self and Ro, dragging Ro with her big-ass sword in her other hand, red-edged. And on Ro's shoulders are 2
I see.
little
What about the?
frozen ice cube ants who look ready to fight.
Ferris, I found them. They're right there.
Say my name out loud!
what I meant.
The guard who went and fetched the rest of the guards draws her saber and says, turns to Varys and goes, "Oh, you're gonna pay. And we are going to have a fight. But you're the protagonists, so you go first." You have 3 guards, 3 Solari, and 1 guard captain.
Oh,
My
that god
God.
captain.
Yeah, so Nathaniel.
Robert Allen.
How many did you
Voice
say
actor.
again? 6 and a
There are-
captain?
So yeah, 6 and a captain. But 3 of those 6 are Solari, so like, you know.
But I mean, are all Solari bosses? I don't think so. I'm just gonna,
I mean, Varys isn't.
I'm just gonna look at them and go for 8 whole AP. Good night, my sweet children of the light. And cast sleep on all but the captain.
Okay. What does this look like? Is there a visual effect associated with it?
So
So
like
Nat can vamp
shadow
for
just
time or he thinks how
comes
this works?
Shadow just comes out of the doctor and begins to loom over everyone that is affected. And it is not a fearful shadow, but just like that feeling of your eyes slowly closing as it gets darker and darker as you feel so tired. And you fall into a deep, restful and happy sleep. As long as you're not a boss.
So, the collection of the 6 of them start to stagger for a second. And I think, so this, I'm just, the 3 normal guards are out. They're paper guards. Never watched Robin Hood, that TV show. They just drop. I mean, anyone punches them. But the Solari, I'm going to give a roll because I feel like it.
Okay.
That's fair.
Oh, and guess what? On these 3 D20s, you know what the total was?
What?
9. As all 6 of them just stumble and like a couple of slowly fall and grab each other, and then there's a clattering of weapons and armor hits the ground.
Rest just looks at the doctor and it's just like, good job.
Glad it worked this
Turn.
time.
Turns to the guard captain. I think we need to talk.
She looks like she's analyzing her situation. Like maybe she's like maybe gonna make a move. And then Naima just like takes a couple steps forward, lets go of Ro, takes the sword, and just she doesn't actually swing it at her. She's kind of lines it up, you know, like she's calling her shot, and the guard captain Yasmin just drops her saber on the ground.
Smart.
Fine.
move.
So what's a traitor doing back in town?
Unbelievable how much all of you just blindly believe that man. My brother, where is he?
Why would I tell you?
Because he's been held hostage by a man who tried to completely destroy my life, and I want him back. That's all.
Is that really all you're here for?
Yes.
Come back in town, blast into town, invade the Palace of the Sun just for a child who's being taken care of already?
He's my brother. I was forcibly separated from him. I'm his guardian. He's coming with me.
Righty kind of taps Ro on the neck and goes, So it seems like there's a lot of drama going on. What? Can you catch me up?
Not right now. People don't like it when I talk while they're like monologuing and stuff. But everybody in like that fancy armor except for her, and I like point towards Ferris, be like, everybody who's in fancy like that sucks and they're mean.
We call them the Golden Greaves because they step on us with golden footwear.
Oh, that's so mean. Yeah, they would. So they took Ferris's brother, and we're here to get him back, and then also stop them from stealing the stars. Oh wow, that didn't take as long as I thought it would.
He nods solemnly. Goes back to watching.
Still in like clicky ants language.
Yeah. So like Yasmin, as Ferris is making this delightful, very pointed stand, she like turns to getting distracted by the clicky ant child. It's like,
Don't worry about them.
look, clearly I'm outnumbered, and you apparently think you have enough honor not to hurt me once I've surrendered. So I'm gonna let you figure it out.
What did he tell you about me exactly?
He didn't have to tell me anything. I was there when you stormed in the palace to try to find them the first time after your plot got found out. You gave me plenty of scars to remember you by. And you don't even remember. Still think you're the good guy?
I didn't have a plot. He was the one with the plot. I tried to expose it and he pinned everything on me. And then he took my brother and sister away.
You gonna get on finding them then? Stares at you defiantly. It's like, come on. Show me you're a monster. Hurt me.
Did you actually say that?
No, that's like the mood of the look.
Right. Well, if we step away from you for 1 second, are you going to go and run and tell everyone that we're here?
No running.
I think you should come with us. Help me get him back, and then I will leave. And you never have to see me again. Trust me, I don't want to come back to this fucking place, that awful man running things. I have scars from that day too, you know.
Guess I don't have much of a choice, do I?
I'd rather you comply.
Can I at least bring my sword? And she gestures to her saber that she dropped on the ground.
No, I think I'll be carrying that. You can have it back when we go.
Lead the way.
Is he in Aaron's quarters?
She just looks at you. She's like, I'm not answering that.
If you tell me, then we can leave sooner.
Longer you take, better chance that justice rights itself. This whole place is filled with people. 6 unconscious guards on the ground will raise suspicion.
Whatever, let's keep moving. Ferris will pick up the sword and just sheath it in her own belt.
As we do, as she does, the doctor tickles his pauldron a little bit, and little skeletal kitty cat comes out. Just kind of does a stretch. And the doctor goes, Lapis, ride on her shoulder. If she makes any move to do anything, let us know.
Are you saying that loud enough for her to hear, or are you just whispering that to the skeletal cat?
Directly to the cat.
Okay. As Lapis like appears, the lefty and righty kind of chitter a little bit. They're like, oh no, it's an undead feline demon.
Oh, it's okay. Lapis is my friend too, and I won't let anybody mess with you.
They look at each other. And go, "We must show our bravery in the face of this adversity."
You're doing great.
You remain unflapped.
Totally.
All right.
You were very
So as
flattering.
Lapis goes to jump on Yasmin's shoulder, she just kind of just slaps the cat to the ground, just like.
And Lapis would just keep trying to go up.
Oh my god, you slapped that cat so hard you shoved its skin off. Now it's a skeleton. How could you?
And then the doctor would turn and look at her and go, that is insurance that you won't do anything. Also, he is
That's the
very
cat
nice.
jump up.
Loves scritches under the neck.
Who are you? She's looking at the doctor.
You don't have to answer that.
Just a wandering merchant of skeletal cats.
Dark bedfellows, unable to even see the sun.
Yasmin, are you really just going to outright believe everything the Radiant tells you? Forever?
You're just gonna casually be okay with dark necromancy and magic and...
Just lean into Ferris and you'd be like, actually, this isn't necromancy, it is arcane, it is completely different.
Oh,
Can't you
I
tell her
know.
that, though?
I know. Let her think she's right. As they walk, Ferris will stay close to Yasmin. First, she'll also yell out to, call out to Naima. Maybe make yourself smaller while we're trying to sneak.
I thought I might have to...
I
She
know.
gestures from Pommel to Yasmin's face and back to
Yeah.
Pommel.
It was a good plan.
And she goes pew, 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 and shrinks. Sheathes the sword. We got guides. She points to the ants on Rose's shoulders. They're
Oh.
very familiar with the inner workings of the palace.
That's great. I mean, I remember the way there, but that's fantastic.
Lefty waves. Righty seems a little more shy.
It's okay, they're all friends.
So why do you want to go to the Radiance quarters anyway?
Well, remember I said that my friend's brother got kidnapped, so we're gonna go find him, and then also the Radiant is a big meanie butt face, so we need to stop them.
Does this brother have a name?
I'm Camille. Have you seen him? Do you know where he is?
You heard that name around.
What
We
about?
hear we understand more than most think. Oh,
Oh, I know you're
guarded
super
portion
smart.
of chambers. Oh yeah, we're like we let all you big folk think you're in charge.
Oh no, that's a really, really good idea. They think they know everything.
We've never seen this Camille, but we hear that name mentioned outside a guarded chamber, just in the west wing, near the Radiance chambers, but adjacent.
Ooh, can you take us to that place?
Yeah, it's pretty guarded and it's almost always locked. We've never
Oh.
been inside.
Okay. So, Righty and Lefty say that they think they know where Camille might be held, where he might be held. But they say that there's a lot of guards and stuff there, a lot, and it's always locked real good.
That's fine, because Yasmin's going to tell them to let us in.
Oh, okay.
She looks very pointedly at her.
Why would I do that?
So that we can leave and never come back. You never have to see me again.
I'm not
And
going
because
to.
it's the right thing to do.
We can debate about that. Really don't think so. But there's a line between being coerced into walking with you through a palace to not alert the rest of the guards and me lying for you.
It's not lying. Look, Yasmin, I'm sorry for what happened that day, but you were sent to attack me under false pretenses. And you were standing between me and my siblings, and I just wanted to get to them.
I'll see what I can do.
Do I believe her?
I mean, Izza, that's your call.
Faris is trying to look as sincere as possible because she is being sincere. She is sorry.
Oh, yeah. So, Righty and Lefty guide Ro and the crew into the west wing of the Palace of the Sun. You go somewhat deep down, and eventually you get to there's like this run-up corridor with a couple sets of doors on either side. For mostly like drama kind of stuff. To the gravitas. You're going somewhere important. And as you enter in the first set of doors, the second set on the end of the corridor, there are two guards standing there. And as they're standing there, as soon as the door opens, Yasmin just opens her trap and says, "They're going after Camille." And they turn around and book it away. Back through. And then she just puts her hands up and looks at Faris. It's like,
Faris just glares at her.
well, Faris glares at her. Naima is going to clock her in the back of the head.
Go for it, Naima.
Somewhat badly. It's more just like a smarting smack than like, I'm gonna hurt you.
Oh, Faris will try and finish the job then. 15.
Yeah, you just, is it just like gauntlet punch? I guess you're not wearing gauntlet.
I think she does the same thing she did to Zahira again, but more quickly, and just kind of, like gently lowers her to the ground, knocks her out, leaves her there.
As you're choking her, she spits on you. And she's unconscious on the ground. Naima looks at Ferris and goes, "So can I
Yes,
Draws
we're
sword
not,
slightly.
we're not killing any of them. It'll just prove their falsehoods.
Okay, but she deserves it.
Not to die.
Look, if those guards could go back and hurt Camille, he could be dying.
And that's why we're going to run after them and knock them out as well, okay?
All right. Let's go. So, as group rush after, we're gonna have a little bit of a cutaway scene. So, we see a nicely appointed living space, all structured into one room. Tile floor, light. There's almost this ethereal light that pervades it, and there's you can't quite tell where it's coming from. And there's a kind of kitchenette in the back end. Standing at the counter is a boy of about 9. He's eating cereal. He has a spoon and a bowl, and he's adorned in robes of red and gold. They're open slightly, a little more casually, and running across his forehead and on the backs of his palms are a variant of the Solari tattoos. His hair is tied back in a light little bun and goes to a bright blonde at the back. And his eyes glint with just a little bit of the light of the sun. As he is finishing up his cereal, he checks his wrist where there is a watch affixed. He stands up off of the stool he's on, walks over to a shelf and grabs 2 little stone balls. Walks over in front of the door, which is opposite the counter where he was eating cereal, and places the 2 stone balls into the grouting, and just balanced in the grouting between 2 of the tiles. He looks at them for a second, then moves one of them a couple inches to the side. He then walks back over to the kitchen, picks up the cereal bowl, washes it out, puts the spoon and the bowl away after cleaning them, goes over to the same shelf and picks up a little pack, which he ties around his back, and goes over to the counter and sits and watches the door. While he's sitting watching the door, out of the pack, he pulls a bundle of a rope and starts to tie little loops on his shoulders. So there's like little loops coming off either side. Such that you could wear him like a backpack. Checks the time again. About 20 seconds pass. And then a rustling, a bumbling, and there is suddenly, you hear the latches on the door start to get undone, and the 2 guards burst into the room. They immediately, both very astutely, step onto the stone balls and roll and slide, and both crack their necks on the kitchenette countertop opposite. As Camille just looks at them down. Right behind them is our little crew. And he just looks up and waves. Hi, sis.
Faris's face falls when she sees Camille.
You don't have that much time.
She just looks at the tattoos and the hair and the eyes, and then kind of shakes it off and just runs towards him and hugs him.
He just gets really close to Faris's ear and says, "I'm okay. Don't worry about me."
What did they do to you?
I can explain that later. You don't have time right now.
I know. Come on.
Not quite. Give me your hand.
Okay. Takes his hand.
He puts her hand down in his hand, lays the other one over her palm. And it says, remember, when things get darkest, keep your friends close, and remember this mark. And Ferris's hand starts to glow, bright as the sun. You have to look away from it. And as you look back, there is an etching on Ferris's hand, and a dark brown, almost black, of an eye. Very simple. Think of like Lens of Truth from Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of thing. And
does she recognize this magic or this symbol at all?
yeah. But more evident is, as that's happening, Camille smiles, says, I'll be okay. And then he falls unconscious, down on the ground.
Sense magic immediately.
He's just spent. He just did something powerful, and it's took him out.
There's no wispy Arvis essence leaving his body or anything?
Nope. No wispy Arvis essence. You do recognize. So what he put in your hand is a variant. It's two things. It's like a dormant spell, like a scroll, but it's on your hand. And it's a variant of like the reflect.
Okay.
Meant to protect a small area. Keep your friends close. You also at this point notice that he's pretty magic. He's quite magic.
Yeah.
Or sense magic. And also that he tied the rope around his so he could wear him like a backpack.
Faris is much more occupied with the fact that they gave her 9-year-old brother tattoos in a very painful process that embeds magic into someone's body. And she's kind of shaking with rage over that as she picks him up and just holds him close and starts to walk out of the room to the others.
Naima looks at Ro and goes, so does any of that make any sense to you?
I mean, no, magic is weird. I don't know how anybody else's magic really works. I just, make it happen, so maybe it's, the same way.
Where's Lena? She's the only one who ever understands these things.
Lena knows all about magic.
Lena knows all about not being the magic one in the room.
Lena knows all about magic. It's trouble.
Faris steps out to the others, just holding him, sort of cradling him so his arm is, resting on her shoulder. Just looks at Naima and is like, had they given him these tattoos when you left? When did they do this?
This is new to me. Did you else find it kind of weird how those guards just ran in and immediately, ate shit?
Yeah, I think he set a trap for them or something.
It was awesome.
He appeared to know that we were coming, that where they were going to be. It was interesting.
Yeah, he must have.
I can turn into something bigger if you want to carry him and make it easier. Because I just see Ferris with her arms full.
I got it. And says Naima as she grows to 9 foot tall and says, give me my brother.
Just hands Camille over to her and then draws her spear.
Alright.
So we need to get out of here and then meet up with Lena, Zake, and Alika. We initially said we were going to do that down in the slums, but things have obviously changed now.
Any idea when it's going to be kind of sign when this convergence happens? At which point the entire palace begins to shake violently. And we're going to go to break.
Seems like the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Right in time for
Kinda
the Star
does.
Trek camera shakes.
Hit.
Ah!
Ryan. Hit. All right. That
Stretch
went
and hydrate.
surprisingly well.
Yes, walk. Take a
Yeah.
stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I told you we could do it.
Eat a food. Drink a drink.
You know, it's always good when the doctor of your party has like no AP.
Totally fine going into a finale.
Okay, you can heal them with their AP.
That
Yeah.
is very true.
No, I need all mine to shoot things.
Just stay in the back, Doctor.
And
Well,
when we
that's
come
why
back,
I
we should
heal
have a Nunu.
Zeke.
Yay,
I believe we will have a
Nunu!
Nunu. There's a Nunu. I spotted an elusive Nunu in the chat, so I'm
Ooh.
assuming.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
New
ever-elusive
Nunu.
Nunu.
Ooh.
Well,
Right,
Alright,
we'll
get
see
you
everyone
oozing now before
soon.
Nunu hears.
Yep.
Ooh,
Ooh,
ooh, ooh, ooh, ooh,
Ooh.
ooh, 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 ooh.
Hello, I'm Nat, the guide for Quest to the Soaring City. I'm going to run you through a lightning quick recap of Season 1, the story of betrayal, loyalty, and revenge. Our heroes of Starfall Spire don't begin as heroes at all, but recently freed prisoners of the crumbling regime of the horrible Baron Golvarax. In the newly free, flying city of Valerith, they're given ownership of Starfall Spire, a new home, a new beginning. They're approached by one Arvis von Hrinth, a former butler with a sinister voice, to retrieve an important artifact the opportunist and capitalist Lord Darnell is hiding from the city. They lie their way into Darnell's vault, fight off guardian automatons, and retrieve the Iron Eye, an artifact made by the Baron himself to command the infernal machinery imbued throughout Valerith. While the party passed off the Iron Eye to Arvis and celebrated in port, Darnell discovered the theft, stole into Starfall Spire, and dognapped Tiny, the party's wolf companion, and Rose's sister. Our intrepid band declines to betray Arvis to Darnell and instead move to rescue Tiny immediately. At the worst possible moment, Zeke disappears, sequestered off into the Shadow Realm his soul is entangled within. But they do it. They go head-to-head against Darnell's metallomancy magic, blood spills, iron rends, and they escape safely, with Tiny in tow. Lena had pacified Darnell by giving him a name, Nare, who, according to Arvis, was actually the assassin who killed an Imperial noblewoman that Lena loved. The next day, Ferris unknowingly finds herself working alongside Nare after being recruited by Alika Saidu, a badass revolutionary leader and future Valerith counselor. Ferris and Nare save Alika's life after she gets petrified by a trap, but while Nare's friend Dart heals Alika, Darnell comes seeking the Iron Eye from Nare. Ferris steps up to protect her, and in a tense standoff, Darnell backs off to avoid a scene. Meanwhile, the Doctor, Volwyn Denor, is interrogated by Arvis over a dramatic chess game, asking about his homeland of Suravane. When the Doctor wins the game, he gets one question of Arvis, and learns that a catastrophe gathers from Suravane's mountain peak. As the day draws to a close, Nare confronts Lena, demanding answers, having discovered why Darnell was after her. Lena tries to take vengeance into her own hands by murdering her on the spot, but is deftly outmaneuvered. Nare flees, having learned why Lena wanted her dead. Time passes. Our heroes get a moment to reconnect, and the Doctor gets a mission for them. The party jumps off Valerith onto a colossal mushroom to retrieve an ingredient required to remedy the Gasping Shadow, a plague that afflicts thousands, including the Doctor. Along the way, the group gets sidetracked when Zeke recklessly dives deeper seeking the Wand of Lorelei, a mysterious artifact shrouded in the same dark energy as the realm of Shattered Light where Zake's soul is entangled. Zeke binds himself to the wand, and it, in turn, reaches inside of him, stopping his heart, keeping him alive by its own power. They emerge from the mushroom, left behind by the city, stranded in the rain. And then Arvis appears to them. By now, our heroes were growing quite wary of Arvis. He'd given them the identity of an important assassin and warned of a catastrophe rumbling from the peaks of Suravane. Who was he? Certainly not some former butler, as he intoned. Now, as Valerith visited the imperial capital of Orlath, he offered to get them back onto the city in exchange for Ferris's influence over Alika on a pivotal matter. You see, the Empire needed Valerith to stop Suravane's catastrophe. The Knights of Sur are intended to sunder necromancy from the world, an act that would kill any who'd ever been healed by dark magics. And only with the Soaring City could the Empire assault the impregnable mountaintop fortress of Soaring. Under duress, the party agrees to Arvis's terms to avoid getting stranded. However, they rapidly renege once home upon learning Arvis's plan for Valerith involved Imperial occupation. In the Season 1 finale, Arvis uses the Iron Eye the party delivered to him in Episode 1 to slam Valerith to the ground as Imperial forces advance, intending to take the city. Meanwhile, Lina and Zeke fight Nare head-to-head and lose before striking an uneasy truce. In the midst of the fight, Alika appoints Ferris a vanguard of Valerith, and Darnell sacrifices himself to defend his city. Zeke admits his love for Lina, and they kiss, and desperate, our heroes throw a gambit, striking out at the Imperial Warwalker, and stealing the Iron Eye right from under Arvis's nose with the help of Rose obscuring fog. They fly the city up and away, wounded, but victorious. However, something dark got into Zeke on his last trip to the Shadow Realm. Who did Lina kiss? Him, or something more sinister? That, my friends, is revealed in Season 2. Hey, I'm Nat, back to recap Season 2 of Quest the Soaring City with alacrity. We return a week after the Empire's attempt to seize Valerith. The city is hiding low in a fog-choked canyon deep within Imperial territory, and Ro hath decreed it to be their birthday. They receive charming gifts from each hero, as well as Alika, the badass revolutionary that Ferris pines after. One touching birthday later, and our heroes resume their search for the second Iron Eye. Eyes do come in pairs, after all. They delve deep beneath the Soaring City's Julep Cemetery and encounter a cabal of skin-stealing devotees bent on the Baron's return. In heated battle against wrathful undead, Zeke employs the Wand of Lorelei to banish one skin thief, Fenestra, all the way to the realm of Shattered Light. Oh, but Zeke was actually being controlled by an entity trapped in that realm known as the Fear of Taken, so his actions may have had untoward intents behind them. When they do find the Iron Eye, it's guarded by a scythe-wielding, skull-masked knight who, spoiler alert, is Ro's father. His name is Rolst, and he clearly doesn't want to fight the party, but is magically compelled to attack Ro. By the end of her disastrous battle, only Lina remains standing between Ro and this terrifying enemy. Desperate, she grabs the wand from Zeke and just manages to banish Rolst, allowing an escape. But they'd learned one chilling detail: that Ro's death could return the Baron to life. Our heroes surfaced from the catacombs to find Valerith under siege by a mercenary company known as the Golden Gear, led by someone familiar to Ferris. She ventures out alone to meet the Golden Gear leader, surprised and delighted to find it to be her old Solari mentor, Janan, who's actually there to help Valerith escape Imperial pursuit, and advises Ferris to seek the aid of the Dawn, the first Solari ever. As that's happening, Shadowzake gets up to no good and shadows the head journalist of the Valerith paper, a diplomat from Sewervane, an order of knights that want to sunder necromancy from the world, and their downstairs bakery owner, Mr. Batinga, bending them to the Fear's dark will. Then, Ferris gets served for negligent homicide by Dee's Pizzeria. Yeah. Valerith takes off, headed for the Knights of Sur. Ro and Everett, a fellow troublemaking kid, want to help Ferris, so they break into the pizza place for dirt. Instead, they find a closet full of stolen skin suits. They run, horrified, and are attacked on their way back by Rolst, who gives Ro donuts before fighting the kids. They make it away safe, but not before seeing Ro's mom, Liddell, at a distance. She's a terrifying undead warrior woman who needs to slay Ro to earn her eternal rest. Ferris reveals to Alika that she was originally sent to Valerith to kill her. She rebelled against orders, but still feels immensely guilty about it. Then, they both share that they've fallen for each other, but neither can set aside the guilt at putting themselves ahead of the city they both serve. Speaking of lovers' trouble, Lina meets the Historian, a wizened but jaded observer of the world, and learns that Zeke has been taken over by this Fear of Taken, and that trying to get him back is almost certainly futile. She also receives a mutagen that will allow her to talk to the real Zeke just one last time. She slips it into his drink. Real Zeke breaks through, reveals the people he shadowed, and asks Lina to take his life. She knocks him out instead, takes the wand, and runs to Arvis for help. Arvis offers an answer that requires killing Zeke and putting his soul into a new body. Lena agrees, but seems hesitant, so Arvis contacts an assassin, against her wishes, to do the killing part. The assassin, Roderick, easily gets to Zeke, but reveals he's Zake's brother and refuses to kill him. As Roderick flees, he's identified by Everett as his father? So Zeke and Everett are related? Wild. With Roderick gone, Ferris shares about the Dawn, and the party all venture out to meet her, bringing unconscious Zeke and Batinga in hopes she can help. The Dawn is a kindly and exceptionally old Solari, who teaches Ferris the powerful spell Last Light, and with its fearsome power, Ferris banishes the fear from Batinga and Zeke, the latter of who Lena promptly gives a long overdue smooch. A lot happens as the city approaches Sewervane. Lena and Ro infiltrate the castle to dispose of poisoned scones that evil Batinga had sent. Ferris and Fallwind save the shadowed Surian diplomat with the power of sapphic love and light magic. Ro puts on a necklace sent in a letter from Rolst, and it bores into their heart, giving the kid control over Valerith's flight. It also calls Ro's mother, Liddell, to Crown Tower to fight our heroes, which nearly kills Ro twice before Liddell escapes. Ferris and Alika finally put themselves first and kiss. Finally! Before we know it, the Knights of Sewer are putting the finishing touches on their magical spell to sunder necromancy from the world. Our heroes split into two groups. Lena, Zeke, and Ro delve beneath Sewervane to disrupt the ritual, while Fallwind and Ferris descend onto a platform wrought of sunlight to fight the Father of the Dawn, the spiritual and martial leader of the Knights. The battle above is pitched as the Father releases devastating strike after strike, but all they need is to buy time for Below Team to steal their way into Sewervane. Zeke leads the way into a grand cathedral chamber full of 100 scribes invoking their grand ritual. Strapped for time, Zeke relies on a lethal technique, Slayer. In an instant, he kills 50 of the scribes invoking the ritual, stopping it in its tracks. Above, the Father of the Dawn feels the ritual end, and in an act of utter spite, he calls a meteor down from the heavens to strike Valerith true. Our heroes have stopped the ritual, but the cost has been immense. However, even in darkest times can hope flourish. While soaring back to Valerith on Bird Row's back, Zeke proposes to Lena. She agrees, and they bind their stories together, from this step till their last.
And we have returned.
Hey, what's up? Everything's fine. We found
Totally
Nunu.
fine.
Everything's
Yeah,
great.
we found Nunu.
And we found Nunu.
Right?
I'm back.
That direction. No, wait.
Cigarettes.
Down direction for me. That's where the Nunu is.
Where am I? Who knows?
24601. Anyway, so we're back from break and we're going.
Well, that's gonna be in my head all night. Thanks, Ned.
Who am I?
Look down
Anyway,
too. Anyway. We might be
so
nerds.
we're back from break, and before break, Ferris and Naima and Ro and the doctor all went and rescued Camille relatively successfully.
Yeah, we did
Now,
good.
with moderate
Conterminiously with that, yeah, we are going to
$10
follow
word.
Lena and Zeke and Alika as they try to steal a gem. Yeah, we chucked Alika with you, so Nat had to deal with one less NPC.
Alika? I didn't sign up for this.
Just stay quiet. Just stay quiet so that you don't get
Oh, you can
hurt
do
and
quiet.
Ferris doesn't yell at us.
Yeah.
Alika can
We didn't
take
sign-
care of herself. She'll
On
be
their way
okay.
in,
No,
they were
this
like,
is
"Alika, here,
automatically
go in
we have to make sure Ferris's girlfriend stays safe.
Yeah.
Ferris is
Right.
going through enough.
Number
So,
one
She
mission.
doesn't need this.
That's a fair point. Ferris is definitely going through enough.
So, the convergence chamber has been built out over hanging out over off the edge of the mesa over a portion of the slums of the city down below. The construction is pretty recent. There's actually still scaffolding and such along the bottom and the sides. You clocking it, you could probably climb around on the outside, outside of the building and maybe try to find a window or other structure. It's an idea.
Did
Or you could
say climb?
go in, or you could go all the way through the entirety of the Palace of the Sun, which was super easy for the rest of the party.
That sounds awful.
So what I'm hearing is go through the palace, right, Megan?
I don't want to do that. I want to climb.
Surprising absolutely no one, of course.
I would like to climb, please. What's the point of
would like
having
a
these
climb,
dope
please.
climbing skills in my magic climbing hook if I'm not gonna climb? And the
Fine,
rope
I
is
guess
long enough
you
to save
win.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's all we need.
The rope is long enough to save Zeke, so it's fine.
We're good. All right. So, Megan, could you remind me of what Lena's, what do you say, dope climbing skills are like? What equipment do you actually have to help? Is it just the feather hook, or is there other?
Yeah, it's really just the feather hook. She doesn't like. She likes to live dangerously. If nobody has gathered that, so this is like. She just has the feather hook to like get some height, and then she can just climb. So.
All right.
Don't know what the skill set of everyone else is.
Well, it's one of those group situations, like a group stealth, yada yada. We just
Yeah.
roll a d6 and see if anything goes bad.
Oh, so that's what I should do.
Yeah. Although I'm taking the feather hook into account as I think about this.
Well, that was 6.
And
So
what
I really
did Nunu
hope
get?
that high was the way that you want it to be.
High is good.
A
Okay.
2. A 2, though.
Okay. So,
Balancing
Zeke,
him out.
I don't have
Well,
a feather hook. Come on.
well, the feather hook can help everyone.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
ropes. They're always long enough to save Zeke.
I do have a magic
Obviously.
rope though that coils automatically, so that's probably helpful as well.
That's pretty
You have a
hot.
Magic rope.
Um,
Have you been keeping this for me?
Yeah. Many other things, Lena.
Yeah, I'm aware. Yep.
We've established this
So-
already.
So Lena and Alika both handle this climb just fine, but Zeke has a complication arise as you're climbing around the outside, out over the slums. So your options are either you fall, or you almost fall and gather someone's attention. So you can fall and be quiet, but if you think you can solve that problem, you can solve that problem. Or you can not fall and not be quiet.
Someone's attention, you say?
I
I
did
would
say
like
that.
very much not to fall, but this sounds potentially dangerous. Having people's attentions this early on.
Yeah.
I believe I will have to fall, Nat. I think it's safer this early.
All right.
Yes.
So
I'll choose the falling.
you fall
You've chosen wisely.
off. So you fall off the mesa, and there's like a few hundred feet down into the slums. Do you have any way to solve that problem, or are we just fallen?
Oh wait.
Can I try to like dive
I
after
didn't, I
him?
didn't know it was this high.
Oh yeah,
The
it's
second
high.
hit.
Can I dive after him?
Oh
and try to
no!
catch him?
In that case, no. Wait, I want to backtrack. In that case, I want to not fall and catch someone's attention, please.
Baby, I will call you.
You're not gonna let Lena save you? Really, you're
Again?
just taking this away from her?
Oh gosh! Don't do this to me.
What? Don't you trust me to save your life? I've done it like 4 times.
I mean, the rope is long enough.
The
Yeah,
rope
but
is long enough to
want
save
you to
him.
Right, fine. Lena, save me once more. Like
All right.
4 times, 5 times. Who cares at this point, right?
Yeah, nobody's keeping score. I am.
All right,
Yeah.
so
Except for Lena.
as Zake falls, Alika chucks a rope to Lena and just looks her dead in the eye and says, "Go."
Yep,
As she
I'm
holds holding the
going.
rope on one hand. All right.
Like Superman.
So as you dive, and definitely not going to die from the whiplash.
She's a
I
pro.
feel like this is one of those moments where it is dramatic enough to roll the die, as you
Okay.
whisking
Ooh.
through the air after Zake.
This is my first time rolling
shouldn't
this
have let you.
die,
Shouldn't have let you,
and
Manny.
I just, yeah. Well, that's a 16, so boom.
Okay, so you dive
In
off.
conclusion, boom.
In
You,
conclusion,
you dive off, streamlining to catch up to Zake, falling through the air. Manage to get down at the end of the rope and grab arms
Mhm.
with Zake. As the rope gets taut, Alika strains. She's holding one end with her hand, the other end on the scaffolding. Slides down. Her hands slide to hands, and one of the pieces of scaffolding Alika's holding onto actually breaks, and she has to fall and catch again. But you are now hanging like 60 feet down on this rope chain.
that's fine.
And she breathes, and she starts to pull up.
Yeah, I think that having Zake and like holding will kind of like pass off the end of the rope, and I'm gonna just climb up it to try to make it a little bit easier rather
Yeah.
than Alika having to pull us up. Like I'm gonna try to like shoot up it as quick as I can to like get the weight off of her.
Yeah. And quick, you manage to screw on up, adjust. You actually get the rope connected to a solid piece of the rigging and able to get Zake up, and everyone's good. But it's a little bit a lot for, 5 minutes into the heist.
It's fine.
That's why I don't like climbing.
It's fine.
But
We made
thank
it.
you.
You're welcome.
Well, kind of. But sure.
I mean, we're all.
Well, the terror of you dying was kind of bad. This is kind of fun. Isn't it where you can do this for recreation?
Yes. Yes, there is.
If only there was some kind of elastic rope you could.
Like, no, it's fine. See, we got that out of our system, and now smooth sailing from here on out.
Yeah.
It's totally fine.
You hear someone's voice from above, like, say, "Do you hear something break?" I feel like I heard something snap.
Shh.
Push up against the wall.
And a couple, as you kind of slide in under the edge into the scaffolding, you see a palace guard poke their head out and go, "Looks all normal. Come on, nobody would be reckless enough to try to get in this way."
That's where you'd be wrong.
Oh, and then another voice says back, a female voice says, "Well, they got in somehow, so we gotta find them." And they
Oh.
scurry off.
All right, so the others got in.
Yeah. I mean, and we were expecting some kind of attention to fall on them, honestly. So let's take that as an opportunity for our little part of the job. Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Lift ourselves up.
So you climb on up into the windows that they were sticking out from, into the back end of the chambers. This looks to be some sort of like washroom, just very basic, clean yourself up. There's unused tiles that are stacked in the corner. The construction is still somewhat ongoing.
Cool. Now I'm like, oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Can I take out my blueprint
Oh yeah.
and put it against the wall to get
Hell
a lay of
yeah.
the land?
Reminding myself what this does.
You press the blueprint against an interior building wall. Magic ink appears, revealing the layout for the entire floor you're on.
The guide will draw your basic map. Ha!
Excuse me,
With
did you
words.
just say magic?
It is an
Oh,
inherently magical
Lena-
item. I do not do magic.
Yeah, Lena uses
But how
magic
do you
items.
how do you get the item to do that? Because don't you make these yourselves?
Fuck if I know. No. It's magic. It's
Oh.
psychic paper.
Just
I'm
saying.
the fucking doctor. I'm the doctor.
Wait,
I
wait,
have the
wait,
psychic
wait,
paper.
wait, wait. Does Lena make magic items?
The spy can make magic items. They're the only role in Quest that can make magic items.
And doesn't
Lena
Lena
has
make
not
all of the
made-
items that she
Lena-
uses?
No, I am of the mind that she has acquired them because she does not
Okay.
do magic.
Sure, keep telling yourself that.
Can you just let me have this?
Witch.
Can everybody let me be the one that doesn't have magic? I don't know why you're all so upset. Just
Witch.
let Lena not trust things.
Witch.
Witch.
All right, so the blueprint
It's chaos
reveals
magic, baby.
this floor. It's a relative. So this is kind of structured almost like housing, but more like a barracks level of housing. The basic corridors with lots of offshoot rooms and lots of. I'm sorry, in my head you get like basic stuff of what's in the rooms because that's more fun for me. It was like lots of rows of beds and stuff, and in the center is a cylindrical room, relatively small, that has stairs that lead down. You get a little like descending stairs icon.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Excellent. Okay. Look, if I were to guess, I'd say this is probably where we're heading.
I mean, that would make sense, I think. I'm not sure. Would they keep it like in an obvious place? Would it be locked away somewhere? Not sure.
I mean, there are two kinds of people you steal from. They're the people that put their fancy things on display so everybody can see how fancy and important they are. And then there are the people who are smarter and keep their fancy things locked away so that people don't steal them.
Can I see that map?
Yeah.
And Lika looks at it and goes, Yeah. This actually has dimensions on it. So theoretically, the convergence is a pretty precise position, and that lands it right in that center of that circle.
All right.
Huh. So that's definitely where security will be tighter. Now, we want to hedge our bets and say that they already have the orb there. We can try and scout, see if we can see something first.
Depending on what time is it? I ask.
It's like 15 minutes before the convergence.
Yeah, it's like
15?
It's probably is.
Yeah. Yep.
Wait, what? How did this happen?
Well,
So time moves at a constant forever.
Surprising.
Inexorably,
just
some
because
might
you're
say.
not there doesn't mean time stops.
Fair enough.
I mean, well, do you remember when Lorelei fucked with the time traveling teleportation? And you left you like 45 minutes, and then like some time has passed, and falling down and having to get hauled back up, like that ate a few minutes too.
I certainly
Yes,
remember
Nat, I
Lorelai
remember
fucked
that
everything up
occasion.
because you can't take a
You're welcome.
simple deal. But that's neither here nor there. Cool.
This conversation didn't happen. I don't know how to allow this.
Not in front of Alika, just in front of, well, it already happened in front of Alika. It's fine. So this is, I mean, like, I could go, like, we could disguise ourselves, but that's going to take time. We could just be quiet.
There is a rumbling rustle, and you hear someone yell out, I think I saw them go this way. And as it happens, 3 guards burst into this washroom. Sabers drawn.
Well,
and they're confused for a second as they look at you 3 and go, do you have it? And then one of them smacks that one and goes, shut up, you're under arrest.
Wait a second.
No.
What are you talking about? You're under arrest.
Drop your weapons. You're under arrest.
We don't have any weapons.
Sir, they don't seem to have a weapon. Pointing to Zeke. And Alika, who does obviously have 2 blades.
I'll like stand
up.
in front. I'll like kind of stand in front of Alika.
She draws the 2 swords and goes, and she whispers to Alina, we can take them.
Before that happens, Nat. Zeke will just
Yep.
turn to Lena and give like just a sly wink and just start saying, wait, you're guarding the area, correct? But wait, before you do anything rash, do you have any idea of who I am?
That sounds like a certain move. Sounds like a
Funny
move.
enough, the move is called Do You Know Who I Am?
Who I am.
So, you impress common folk and minions by pretending to be someone notable. You initiate the ruse by giving a special wink to a party member. Then, each of your nearby party members must proclaim an incredible fact that creates your identity. For example, a party member might begin by calling attention to you as a fabled writer, a storied warrior, or a sports hero. The other members of the party should build on this fake identity until everyone has contributed. Each claim should be more fantastical than the previous one. When everyone is finished, you draw a captive audience of nearby creatures who crowd around you.
Oh gosh. So Zeke just goes, wait, you have any idea of who I am? I am here on personal invitation of the Radiant themselves. I'm here to watch what's going to transpire very soon. And then just shut up and let my party members do the rest.
You're like, yes, they were invited here from a distant land where they are the bravest warrior in the entire country, and they are here to ensure that everything happens without a hitch. And you try to tell us that so the Radiant has invited them here to be a member of their honor guard, and you're just going to burst in here and try to arrest them?
And Alika pops in because, she's here. Goes, yes. Very famous where he comes from. He could just one time he fought off 100 assailants who were trying to attack, and Aaron wanted all at once with just that fan, and all at once, and he still stood unending. It's astounding, and Aaron, he personally requested that to help defend himself. So if you want to endanger the Radiant, be my guest. But it'll be a whole thing.
I don't like to brag, but sure, I can confirm.
And the three guards look at each other, and one of them, the one that first talked, says, "I don't think they have it," and another one slaps him and goes, "And you decided to sneak into the wash closet?"
We were taking a bathroom break.
Excuse me, sneak in? I sneak in nowhere. I heard a noise from here and we came and investigated because there's some kind of intruder going about and we wanted to help you since you're clearly not doing your job right.
We heard a sound out the window and came to investigate. It looks like there are some broken pieces, so clearly maybe whoever you're after has fled this way.
The third stooge says, "Yeah, I thought I heard something break out there a bit ago. They must have heard the same thing."
Nat, I will focus really hard on the outside where the third stooge is pointing and just imagine a loud snap of a scaffolding, and I'll just magic trick a sound from the outside and wait, there it is again. Why are you standing there? Go and check it.
The three of them rush to the window and all poke their heads out. And be like, I don't see anybody. Where'd they go?
They quietly gestures to Alika and Lena to come, let's go.
Yeah, can we leave the room?
Oh yeah, you just
and then can I like
silently
Jimmy,
back away?
Can I like Jimmy the door so that it can't open?
Yeah, absolutely. Given
Like
Lena's
just-
skill set, I'm going to either say you can do that for a couple AP or you can roll the die.
I'm not gonna take some risks. You can have some AP. How many
All
AP
right.
would
You
you
spend a couple AP and you like totally jam this door. Like you take
Yeah,
out like
just
some like fast drying, spy cement and just put it in the lock and close it up.
You're like, well, that's that. So we need to move.
That was close. Yes. I think there's no time to change into Solari armor, so I guess we need to do this quietly.
No worries. I'm gonna pull the hood of my magic cape up so that I can make myself invisible if I need to.
Alika pulls out one of her swords.
Alright. Well,
And by the way, Alika, always the second thing to go to, okay? And it kind of gestures at the sword.
Sorry, a little jumpy.
is there?
Understandably so.
So, the room, this room.
So to be clear, you're not at the head of a hallway, which at the end of this hallway is a cylindrical room with the door around the corner.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what you're saying. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Let's quietly go that way. Because what I'm saying is I can like make us a door to this room on our side of the hall with magic.
So as you're approaching down the hallway, you can hear more clamor. It seems there's something afoot. People are scrambling and for something.
Oh, yeah. This is like we're gonna have to be
Some kind of...
really fast.
Look, if there's some kind of commotion, we can make use of it. So let's just go and see.
Yeah.
So the commotion, with a little bit of like timing and sleuthing skills, you're able to make your way to the door at the center of this floor, to this circular room. It is slightly ajar, and you can see someone standing on the inside of it. And you can also, with the angle, see that it's a landing with steps where there's like no rail. It's open. It's very OSHA non-compliant. And there is a hole like right in front of them, and they're looking down, shouting to someone down the hole.
I have a plan.
Well, I too have a plan, but by all means, go for it.
Your plan might be better than mine, but I'll tell you what my plan is, and then you can tell me what your plan is, and we can
Yeah,
decide whose
go for it,
plan
yeah.
is least bad.
Sounds good.
Because my plan is to go invisible and sneak in this ajar door and lightly stab this guard with some sleeping poison, and then just kind of just proceed as planned.
Okay, so I think our plans are they complement each other, so I think that's good. I'm going to first mesmerize the guards. That way we can just, without sneaking, just get up to it, and then you put him to sleep, and then we can just go without bothering.
To be clear, the only guard that's
That he
currently
will-
in your way is through the door. You can just see it,
Yeah, well, you
see
said the
them
door was
slightly
ajar.
ajar.
Oh, but you said it was
Yeah, yeah,
ajar,
yeah.
though,
You said it was ajar.
right? So I can
Oh
just
yeah. So,
cast
so what I'm saying is you
mesmerize.
don't have to mesmerize to get to their back. Lena can just like sneak and
Yeah, that's why I was saying, like, save your AP, baby. I'll just go in and do some light
you wanna-
stabbing.
If you want to risk it, go for it.
Just do some light stabbing.
It just feels like we can just eliminate chance from the plan here, but sure.
Just live a little.
Go for it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull my hood up to invisible myself. And then I would like to just do a light. I want to like creep in the door and just do just light stab.
All right.
That's a 12.
So normally that'd be a mixed success. However, you have a lot of odds stacked in your favor. You're invisible. They're clearly distracted. So I think you just do it in this case. You just do a light little
Oh,
stab
yeah.
into a nice fleshy part. Deliver the sleeping poison.
Mhm.
So there is a minor complication out there, and that is that they start to lurch forward, to where the
Or, like,
hole would be.
Just like grab them.
Gosh.
Because I had
And,
been
like,
thinking
as you
I'm
do-
like, I'm gonna have to catch this person.
Yeah, as you do that, the voice from below that you can't quite see, a male voice calls out and goes, "You okay, Alicia?" She is fully
Yep.
unconscious in your arms at this point.
Yep.
You look a little unstable. Maybe get away from the edge.
Will do. I'm just gonna pull back towards the door.
Right.
Professionals. Just gonna like.
That was close. Anyway,
It was perfect. Alright, let's go.
yeah. Now we go down. Just hug the walls. This
Mhm.
seems dangerous.
Yeah, just be right. Like it. There's like definitely somebody down there that this person was talking to. So you might need to like magic all over them or something. I don't know.
That sounds very weird, Lena. But sure, I'll magic all over them.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
All right.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably got a little bit of invisibility left over, but not a lot as you start to
Yeah.
creep down. So
Yeah.
this little circular chamber at the top here has two landings opposite each other with an opposite door on the other side as well, and they wind downwards. As they wind downwards, it opens up into a large chamber, and they kind of curve in and back so that the stairs go out into this chamber below that's much bigger. The stairs are solidly crafted. They're not like floating steps. So if you stay low and are quiet, you can stay out of sight. As you're coming down, there are a chunk of people in this room, about 12. One of them who is in very lavish Solari armor with like big collar blades and a spear that is at least half staff, is angrily questioning how they don't know what happened and how they got away.
Whatever.
Oh gosh.
The room, as you look into it, peeking over, has these beautiful concentric tiled gemstone rings that go outward and structures around into a dais with 3 little metal points to hold something. And sitting on the rim of the dais, there is nothing where the little metal points go to hold, but sitting on the rim of the dais is a black pawn chess piece.
Motherfucker.
No! No!
Well, shit.
What now?
He's somewhere.
Somewhere not here.
I mean, obviously not. Which means that the gem's not here either, so there's really no point in us engaging.
No, but how do we find a gem now?
I'm not a magician. I don't know.
Zake, a voice lilts into your ear. Says,
Yeah, ask her for help.
female voice, Lorelei, says, what a precarious position you find yourself in.
Ask her for help. Megan says, make bad decisions.
If you're not gonna help, then just stay away from my head. I need to focus.
These stairs that you're standing on, they hang into the wall. If those just crumbled slightly, you might find yourself in a very uncomfortable position. Or should I ask Lena's opinion?
Do whatever you want. You're not going to convince me now in the middle of a stressful situation. So if that's what you're trying to do, then that's not going to work well.
Why isn't that going to work? You seem nervous. You seem persuadable.
Nervous. Well, clearly, I don't think you've spent enough time with me. The fact that I'm nervous doesn't mean I'm persuadable. Quite the opposite.
Are you okay?
Huh? What? Yeah. Where? Sorry. How do we find a gem now?
I don't know. I mean, we don't know how long ago it was here.
You hear the voice angrily boom out. If somebody doesn't find this thing in the next 5 minutes, this entire structure is crashing to the ground. So somebody fix it.
I have a feeling we just need to get out of Dodge. Because if who we think took it, they're long gone.
If you say so, look, whatever's here and down there, kind of points at the bottom of the structure. This is all going to get annihilated by the energy if we don't do anything. There must be something we can do.
I don't know, Starboy.
Exactly. If there's something that can hold this, that's not the orb. Kind of like just reaches into his back holster and just flashes out the wand.
Oh, absolutely fucking not.
Maybe this can.
The voice lilts into both your heads and says, maybe if we make a deal, it can.
Oh fuck, I hear that too.
Yes. Actually, so does Alika.
Now you have my attention.
If you get
You
to
have
the top
4
of the
minutes.
structure, you get to the top of this structure. That's really what I would suggest. Not among them. And get ready. Brace yourself. I could absorb it.
Okay, and in return,
You know what I want. Free from our bond.
There.
3 minutes, 17 seconds.
Nat, just to make sure, underneath this is definitely like the entirety of the slums beneath. Samsara, right?
Wholly over the slums. Not all of the slums. The building's not that big, but like, you're
Yeah,
smashing
but-
down where people live.
Exactly. Zek just looks at Lena and goes, just postponing the inevitable. Can try and deal with it later. For now, in the moment, sounds smart.
Yeah, it's better than us and a bunch of other people dying.
Fuck, okay. Let's go.
As you're saying this, as you start to move, 2 red tongues of energy lap out from the base of the wand and wrap around your wrist stake. And you hear the voice in your head say, "Promise?"
Promise.
And they burn into your wrist just lightly. And then dissipate. As the 3 of you run back up the stairs, the door opposite opens. The one through opposite landing, and just a guard walks in, says, and sees. First yells down like, "We need to evacuate. Time is running out." And then they look up to see you 3 and go, "Who the fuck are you?"
Lightly stab.
They're across
There you
about
go.
a 5-foot gap. You could jump and stab. You could throw and stab.
I will throw and
Sure.
lightly stab.
I mean, sure. Okay, go for it.
Or you could just run. That's
Or we could just run.
certainly an option.
What, should we just run?
Megan, I can clearly just mesmerize this person. They can
yeah,
be
let's
on our
just go.
way. Yeah. Zek just
Alright.
stops for like half a second and just imagines a pattern of stars in front of the head of this person. Just goes, shh, 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 shh. It's okay. And mesmerize and get the fuck out.
You hear the
Gotta
voice
sleep,
boom
doesn't
from
it?
below. Like, I don't know who the fuck that was, but find them. Go. People be mobilizing,
gosh.
and as you hear that,
We be mobilizing.
that voice booms out and echoes through the structure.
Front row.
Magic.
Okay, so there's definitely like a big opening, right, in the center of this spiraling staircase.
Yeah.
Shit. So as we're running, and I start hearing everyone disperse and try to find us, essentially. Kind of goes, well, Lena, here goes nothing, and just focus on the center of it, and imagine just a massive column of energy coming down from it, and just cycle it, make it cycle, and cast Mirage, pretending like the beam is getting bigger and bigger, and the thing is starting to happen. Alignment?
What's
What was
the
it?
goal? What are you trying to
The
sell?
goal is to freak everyone out that they don't have time to find us, because it's going down. It's starting to happen now, and they just disperse.
Gotcha. So you're going for the big show.
Yeah.
I like it. So if someone touches it, it stops. For them. Just for them.
Yeah, but they're like
So it'll-
down there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, people, you're gonna do that. The only way out of this room is up, so they're still gonna try to go that way, some of them at least, while others cower. But you're definitely buying yourself time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Is there... Yeah,
So
we
you
have
get
to-
out, and the mesmerized person just standing there, dazed until you leave. You pop out in the center area. People are kind of coming out of the woodwork. They're freaking out on multiple levels. There's enough pandemonium that I think it's quite reasonable you could slip out. What is your path? Are you going to try to go back out the way you came? You did lock that door. Does it go out another direction?
Just find a room that opens to the outside? As like, so maybe something like next to or nearby the room that we came in.
Oh, I should also note that you're on the top floor of this structure. So
Is there more up?
Is there like a roof?
Is there more?
the more up would be like blowing a hole in the roof or something like that.
I mean,
All right,
Just do-
Lena.
Can you just do that?
I mean, I would like to do that, please.
Yeah, there we go.
Right, so shadow
I'm just gonna-
cutter your
I'm
way.
gonna Toss it up, and then I'm gonna throw the feather hook up through the hole.
As it cuts, so as this dark band cuts a hole in the roof, you can see up through the light, up through the hole, the sun blazing, shining down, but you can still see the entire darkened sky, bank of stars behind it, as they slowly form in, almost like collapsing onto the sun like teeth, ready to stab.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb up last, so that I can like grab the shadow cutter and everything like
Yeah.
through. So I'm gonna make Zeke and Alika go up first.
Yeah.
Like, go, go, go.
Yeah.
And then,
They will just like
Reach through.
hoist Alika up, help her up, and then go up themselves and wait for Lena.
As you get onto the roof, Lena, something feels off. It's hard to put a finger on it, but you're on the roof and you can see the point where this is going to happen. In fact, there's a nice little dome structure right where that goes.
Of course.
And you hear a voice. It says, "Oh, no, this voice is out loud.
Oh.
Well, what an odd occasion to find ourselves together at."
Of course.
Arvis strides up the dome and stands at the center, one hand lightly dangled behind his back. The outfit's different now slightly. He has this nice fancy cloak and has like on the cuffs these big hemisphere red gems circled in gold.
Always a pleasure.
Always. You can just run along. I've got this covered.
It's kind of the plan, but now you're here, so maybe not.
As Lena's like talking to Arvis, I think Zeke would just like turn to Alika real fast, grabbing the distraction or whatever, and just go, "Just buy me time," and start like circling around, evaluating a possible entry to where Arvis is to take his place.
Yeah, I mean, he sees you. You came through a hole in
Yeah,
the
sure.
roof. Yeah.
Of course.
Not
Let's see
so.
what else. Time is ticking. What are you still doing here?
Could ask you the same thing. Time's ticking for you, too. As far as I know, unless time doesn't affect you all of a sudden.
It is foolish to reach for that power. But maybe not this one. As he pulls out the chromatic gem, lines himself up right in the center. He goes, I wasn't just going to let everybody perish.
That's awfully magnanimous of you.
Huh. Curious to mention people perishing as Zekai slowly starts stepping forward as he's talking, because I have this inkling, this impression that if you do get access to the power of that gem, perhaps more people will perish. So I'm afraid you'll have to step down. Get away from there, Arvis. He just continues to walk towards the dome.
Yeah. So I think at this point you come relatively to a head on top of this dome, face to face. Alika catches Lena's eye. She has a sword in hand. She's like,
I hesitate to ask because I know you won't answer, but what exactly are you planning?
Your
I feel
instincts
like
are
you could-
good.
I just thought maybe you might have had just like maybe a little soft spot. I mean, we used to be friends after all. You've been with us for so long.
Look, I know you're not happy about what I did to that boy. I don't pretend to be a good person. At this point, the sky is charging up, and you can tell that it's like seconds away. Zake, you got to move here.
Yeah. So I want to wait until like the last moment possible. This is just like a Hail Mary. Let's see.
I also
yeah.
had
Oh,
an
yeah.
idea.
Yeah, the last
Figures
moment
probably
possible.
better.
And as like there's like 5 seconds left or 3 seconds left, something like that. I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself and on the orb because I can do it on nearby objects as well. So he's
gem.
holding the orb, yeah, the gem, the chromatic gem, and on myself, and like try and buy some kind of like startle position here that I can just jump in and get it myself.
Yeah.
when it
So
gets
you're
settled,
trying
yeah.
to throw up smoke screen, shoulder check, and go. Is that the move?
Correct. Yeah, like
All right.
make both of us invisible, the gem and Zake, and then as he's
Yeah.
like confused why it's not something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Lena, what's your move?
Yeah,
What's in your head?
I was just going, like, when he was like, I never pretend to be a good person. I think Lena will put her hand in gun mode and just point it out and be like, neither did I.
So he looks over at Lena. And then the gem disappears as Zake does his little magic, and there's a moment of surprise. And Zake, roll the die.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess.
Come on.
Why? Okay. Let's go.
If there's ever a time to roll 20.
I don't want to roll. Okay, let's go.
Don't make decisions if you don't want to roll for them.
15. 15 is good.
Okay.
Suck it, Arvis.
So, as you bump into him, pull out the wand, and raise it to the sky, there's a nearing beam of light shoots
Like the
down.
Tron poster.
Yeah, kind of. And shoots into the wand. Whilst that's going, Arvis says, petty tricks. And he holds up the gem and lifts it up, and he splits the beam into the gem.
Does it seem like it's a
and,
person, Arvis? Like, if I shoot him, would anything happen?
Well, so, I mean, you have some information one way or the other, considering you know that Arvis can project illusions of himself that can interact with objects.
Yeah, so probably not. It'd look cool, though.
As this is happening, Alika looks at Zake and goes, "Get rid of him," as she's going to grant Zake an extra action.
Oh gosh.
This is Sparta.
Okay. So I guess. What? Alika, please do something. Don't let me.
You're the protagonist.
Okay.
Kick him.
Yeah, fair enough.
You just kick him.
Just kick him.
You could
I
plead to
don't know
Lorelei
if
to help
this
a little more.
Works. No,
Yeah,
I think
ask
I know.
her.
what I'm
She's
gonna
been a
do
big
next.
help.
Okay. But I don't know if this. Okay, hear me out. You can totally say no to this, Nat. But
Say words.
I'm gonna
Say
try.
words.
Yeah. I'm gonna like look at Arvis as he splits the beam in two and like targeting his full attention on the beam and on me and trying to disrupt what I'm doing here. And I'm just gonna focus really hard on what he's doing and say, actually, Arvis, you're done. You should actually focus over there. Pointing at Lena, it's like shooting, ready to shoot the cannon. And I'm gonna use over there, taunting Arvis to move and be hostile towards Lena instead of being here near the beam.
The anti-intercept.
Yeah,
I mean,
target redirects
over
its
there
anger towards your
says it should
adversary,
work.
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I know it's not necessarily attacking, but maybe it works. I don't know. Up to you.
I mean, can I try to shoot the gem and break it?
Yeah, as he turns his focus to Lena, and kind of raises a hand, as if he's worried about getting shot. It is magic over there. Lena, you have an action still to spend here.
Yeah, I would like to shoot the gem and try to shatter it.
Hey, that's a rough shot. So give me a die roll.
I'm gonna, yeah. I'm scared. I'm scared of everything.
4. So that's a failure. That means things go actively badly.
Oh no.
There's a bang. Zake takes 6 damage.
Ouch.
And as the shot is deflected by Arvis into your shoulder that's holding the wand, I'm gonna need you, if you want to maintain with the wand, getting half of it, roll the die.
So as I'm contemplating this beautiful die here, Nats, just like
Yeah.
internal monologuing, just say, if this doesn't work, our deal is null. And I'm gonna roll. While we reflect on that, and that's 15 again.
All right. So you managed to stay there, standing, energy. The building is shaking. The birds are making a cacophony. The wind has started to whip up at an abnormal rate. And then just as quickly as it started, it's over. You can see the sky breathe out as the stars spread. The gem, bright, holding some of the colors of a chromatic rainbow. The wand, as icy and still as ever. All I'll have to do. And Arvis just goes to take a step back. Like, okay, can we be cool? Can we go separate ways? Is kind of the posture.
I don't know.
I don't have more gun. I mean, I do. I have
You
to
don't have more gun. How?
Well, I do have more
Zake,
gun.
do you
I have
go?
to reload it.
Zake, do you go to step away from Arvis as he backs away from
Don't
you?
Let him step away.
I don't think so. I think Arvis has done enough already. This is like, if he wants to run away, then he'll have to run away screaming or like magicking. I don't think it's going to be peaceful anymore.
Sure.
As like sees that like holding the shoulder and the wand at the same time, and just takes like slow steps forward toward Arvis. Give that here.
Zake, in your head, here. No. Complete our deal. And you feel the wand pull out towards Arvis.
Oh gosh. Okay, so replying internally to that voice. The deal was you were going to absorb the entire thing. I don't see it fully absorbed.
It's absorbed.
I think. Not by you.
You don't want to fight me on this.
I fought you before. Haven't lost so far.
Do you value her life?
Don't you fucking dare.
Finish the deal. You don't want to know what happens to those who go back on a deal with me.
Zeke feels the pull on the wand. Slowly unclasps it from his grasp.
The wand floats through the air.
As
Arvis.
before letting the last bit slip from his fingers, he's just like slowly whispers inside his mind. And I guess you'll find out what happens when people don't make deals good with me. I'll see you soon. Don't worry. And just let it go.
The wand floats through the air. Arvis smiles, wraps his other hand around it. And then, Lena, you got something?
Nope.
All
Nope,
right.
Just
The two sigils that you've seen Arvis use teleport before appear above and below and swallow him as he teleports away. You want to try to know that, Nunu?
I think I have to, Nat.
All right.
As I said, this is not going to go peaceful.
As you go to know, the energy strikes out, the red gems on his cuffs flicker brightly and just repulse you for 2 damage as it does nothing else.
can I? How far away? Like is like Lena from this? Like if I were to run at him, could I close the distance? If I were to like start going at him from him grabbing the wand.
I don't think you'd make it in time. I think you'd be left just, hands just grasping empty air.
I was gonna do some not light stab, some moderate to heavy stabbing.
Throw something. Just last resort, Lena. It's the last thing that's going to happen in the scene. Just do it.
Yeah.
No, not at him. Just throw a dagger at the gem. Anything. Otherwise, we just leave here empty-handed.
Nobody died, so it's fine.
It's not fine.
That's good, at least.
And Zeke, you're saved.
What you're saying, Nat, is if we hadn't come here, everything would have happened the same. This is like Raiders of the Lost Ark, like the plot.
Can I?
No. Except Ferris used prophecy in planning to come here.
That's true.
May I?
Wait, that makes it worse. Wait a second.
May I throw a sharp implement towards Arvis? I would like to wild attack.
Hell yeah.
Toss a throwing knife. I'm aiming for like the wrist. Just in case he's here. Just like take a little off the top. So yeah, gonna do that.
Give me a roll.
Maybe. That's a 19.
Hell yeah.
So do the wild attack results go with like R, so does that count as a 20? Or does that count as a 19?
Yeah, that's a 20 for wild attack, so that's
Alright, so that's quadruple damage.
So that's 8 damage.
Yup. Damn it, I should have poisoned it. Is it poisoned? Can it be poisoned?
I think the wording on the poison ability actually triggers when you hit someone with it, so I think you can.
Oh. Alright, yeah, so I'm gonna use the black poison,
that's what I always did for Roderick. It was always I decide when he stabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use the black poison, which kills commoners and minions, but bosses are hit for 10 HP, so that means that he is hit for 48 HP.
Well,
I feel like the poison doesn't quadruple from the wild
I
attack.
I feel like that.
But that's still 18 damage,
not enough.
which impacts into him very strong. Little red cufflinks don't block stabs.
No, they don't.
He looks at you. And almost growls under his breath as the magic takes him away.
isn't 18 damage to a wrist enough to drop the damn gem? This guy
Nope.
has very strong wrist tendons.
He's got an adamantium skeleton, just like Wolverine. Is this Wolverine? Is ours Wolverine?
I guess.
Well, fuck.
There's a moment of quiet on the roof.
He just sits down on the floor, plops back.
Fuck.
Even when we actively avoid this douchebag, he shows up.
Yep.
How's my heart, Nat?
Actually, it's funny you asked that because right about now, on this moment of quiet, you feel your heart not just beat, but start again. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. And then suddenly, something you didn't quite realize you'd missed. Your heart is racing suddenly.
I think with that, like, Lena's gonna kind of like go up like behind where Zeke is like sitting and just like wrap her arms around like the back of him, like backpack a little bit, and just like stick her head like in the crook of his like neck and shoulder, and just like hold on to him for a second. We'll figure it out.
So just like plops one of his hands on top of the arms that cross around and just goes, well, at least I think I'm here properly now. Yeah, I am.
Feels good.
Feels weird, actually. No. I'll get used to it again.
But we
Oh,
can't
shit. We have to...
We can't
find-
stay here. We've got to.
Yeah, let's go.
So actually, funny you meant. So Alik had gone off to the edge to scout out if anyone had figured out to check the roof yet. And I think from the opposite side, that roof hatch that Naima and Ro popped into the building with, comes up. The rest of our intrepid band, Naima leading, extra tall with a backpack on, followed by Ferris, Ro, and Robert Allen voice actor playing Dr. Fallen Denor.
Oh,
Oh,
you made it.
Did you
Hey,
guys?
yeah, we've.
um,
Did you do
It's
it?
a thing.
well, yes and no.
Not
Um,
exactly, but the
the ra-
radiant doesn't have the power
Yeah.
anymore.
So
Okay, that's
what?
good.
Did it like destroy the gem or something?
Not exactly.
Exactly.
Can you just say, because we should be running?
Okay, so Arvis showed up.
Jarvis was here.
He stole the gem. Managed to... I mean, we tried to stop him from gathering it, but in the end,
Yep.
I'm afraid he took the gem with half of the power, and
And
he
the
also
wand
took the
with
wand.
second half of the power.
You let him take the wand of Lorelei.
Wait,
Well,
and why did
Did
the
not
wand have
click.
the other half of the power?
Because I tried to stop Arvis from getting any of the power with the wand. Look, we don't have time for me to explain the tiny details. The truth is, obviously, we didn't want Arvis to get any of it, and somehow he got both, because that's what Arvis does. So our next step is to stop this. Stop Arvis, stop Lorelei, and make sure we don't hear about any of them ever again. How's that sound? But for now, we need to get a flower ? And get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Good.
Alika comes back from the other edge of the roof, like turning back and coming up, saying, "All right, they've started to climb towards us. We gotta get moving." Oh. And she sees Backpack, Camille, and Ferris, but sees Ferris not happy. She sighs and she just walks over to Ferris and grabs her hand and says, "Let's move."
Yeah, come on. We can sort
That's
this
where we're
out
gonna end our
later.
session for this week.
Freaking Arvis!
I'm gonna
This
fucking
guy.
smite that guy in the face.
Nat, I'm gonna need you to DM me your address after the game.
Don't worry, I can give it to you.
Thank you.
It's true, actually.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Look.
Megan, do you want to
Look,
get in on this?
I think
Yeah,
we can
I mean, like,
all
if you're
agree on.
going,
Yeah.
if you're
I think
going,
we can all agree on one thing. This is mostly Iz's fault.
I mean,
I mean-
well.
Yeah,
Sure.
Or is it Nat's
I mean,
fault for
shut-
making
I
this
mean-
fucking character?
I mean, Shamsar
Yeah,
wouldn't even
I mean, it's
exist
really all
if it wasn't
ours.
for Izza, so.
Look, we
None of
expect
this would
this
have happened.
kind of bullshit from Nat, but you is
But you, Izza,
And thus
I will
an,
give one
an
last
extension,
piece of-
Megan.
I'll give one last piece
I
of
mean, yeah.
foreshadowing today.
Oh no.
After the convergence, stopping, the sky stays starry dark. And in the shadows between the stars, something begins to move.
What are you talking
What the
about?
hell
that.
did you
I
do?
love that
No,
for
no.
us.
No, what the hell did you
talking
do?
about?
Oh no.
love this journey for us.
Fun.
Love this.
I'm not concerned. You're concerned.
How
Yeah.
do things keep getting worse when we? It's like there's a leak and we fix the leak and then a pipe bursts
This is
somewhere.
All
the
right,
running
no,
gag
yeah.
in like fairy tale that like they fix the thing they were sent to fix, but they destroy the entire town.
Yeah.
And
process
Iron
of
Man
fixing
saying,
it
"I
into
think I
place."
did okay," while explosions happen behind him. .gif.
Yeah. Be like, yeah, this is good.
Oh damn.
Okay, so yeah,
Okay.
season 4 is gonna be Council of fucking Immortals that we need to get together. Got it.
Oh,
No,
my
season
gosh.
4 is just be like, I'm just gonna wash my hands of this nonsense and go live in the woods somewhere.
We're all
gonna
Yeah,
go
we
sit in
all
the
go
woods.
hang out
Yeah.
with Rose Pack.
Just make a log
Let's
cabin.
go.
In the woods.
Yeah. Season 4
We're just
is
gonna
half
We're just gonna
community
RP
college
living in the
and
Yeah.
half.
Ooh,
woods.
yeah. Can we just do Grunhill?
Yeah, can we go to
College
community
season
college?
4?
Can we just sign up for community college?
That's all we're
I
doing.
want
now.
to play paintball at community college. I
We're
don't
gonna
want to have
bet-
any responsibilities.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to better ourselves through higher learning, and then we're going to go retreat to the woods. As any failed heroes would.
Oh gosh.
Not failed in most respects.
Most.
Love how
not
the
doing
first
great.
half went really well, and then the second half is just like,
Well,
To be fair, the
Don't
second
trust
half went
Leland.
great except
Don't-
like one part.
yeah.
trust Lena and Zeke to do things.
Like
I
everything was
guess.
going so well until Arvis.
Except
that
for the
the
important
lesson?
part. That's what Matt
The
meant.
lesson is to don't let Lena and Zeke go off and do things. Is this what we've learned?
We sent
If
Alika
Arvis
with
is
you because
Wolverine, you have to tell us.
You
we
do
sent
have to tell
Alika
us.
with you because we thought it would tone you down.
Well, joke's on you. There is no toning this down.
You see,
Nope.
your problem was you sent the the guide with them, when the guide is also the bad guy.
Oh,
Well, it is what it is.
I mean,
let's see.
Hey, we rescued a 9-year-old and
Next
2
week.
ants. So
but I mean,
That's
like,
all you need.
Yeah,
Zeke
Ro.
is fixed.
Plus
So I'm
side,
gonna call
Ro.
that a net gain.
Ro has ice ants sworn to their service until they melt or die. You know, whichever comes first.
First one, then the other.
You know these ants have 6 HP.
Whoa, these
Those are
are
some
beefy
buff
bugs.
ants.
I mean,
That's more HP than
they're
Zeke
ants.
has right now.
Yeah.
It's how much HP does stepping on something deal in damage?
I'm pretty sure that's unarmed.
Yeah.
Unless you have the fighter ability that lets your unarmed strikes do big kid damage.
Or you just, wild step. It does 4.
Wild, yeah, I'm gonna
God,
wild.
I love
No,
it.
Oh,
these ants have not wronged me.
Anyway, should we?
But they also
we
only
should.
take half damage from weapons. Lord.
What?
Ro is
These ants will outlive us all.
unstoppable.
They will outlive all of us.
Wielders of the sacred scissors. Anyway.
Gods,
we
no
should-
masters,
anyway.
only ants.
They're the real heroes. We suck.
time.
They're the true heroes.
They probably could have stopped Arvis.
Sorry, PP
All right.
stuff.
So we are signing off.
We have been no initiative. I mean, we still will be after, but
Well,
Now we're Ice Ant Squad for life.
Yeah.
So this has been the second to last episode. Believe it or not, we're gonna have something that's supposed to try to top this next week. I'm doubtful, but we'll find out.
we're supposed to just tone
I'm-
it down to like ease into the finale, right?
Oh no.
whoops.
Whoops. Anyway.
Practice your
Trying.
screaming voice, Nat.
Anyway, I've been Nat. I've been your guide today. If you liked this, come back next week. It's usually something like this, sometimes slightly less doomy. If you liked the show, you can follow us at No Initiative TV on Twitter. And if you liked me, you can follow me at CrimeNat on Twitter. I am also appearing on Wednesdays on twitch.tv/FinTheBin for a Pokemon. It's not Soul Silver, it's Storm Silver. It's a mod. Yeah, it's a ROM hack of it. And we just shoot the shit and play Pokemon. It's great. Yeah. Oh, and also coming up not tomorrow, but the Tuesday after, we're all going to be playing in a Masks one-shot, GM'd by And the Meltdowns in chat, James. I'm very excited for my spooky boy and all these lovely disasters we're going to make and play with. Yeah. That's me. Sam, why don't you go?
Oh, sure. Hey everyone, I am Sam. You can find me on Twitter at TheSamWisest. I am the Samwise AMG here on Twitch. I am an admin here at the Chromatic Chimera. I'm the accessibility director. You can see me here in addition to our Monday streams. I'm here on Wednesdays. We just wrapped up actually 2 of our campaigns. So we'll be sort of taking a break on Wednesdays, except for next Wednesday, the 24th, we're going to be having a bonus epilogue finale for Agora's Bells. The series is actually wrapped, but we want to get a little extra bonus closure from these characters that we played for 2 years. So we're going to be having a special reunion epilogue that's going to be all roleplay, and oh man, I've been thinking about things that my ridiculous drunk catfolk has been up to for the last 10 years or so from the finale of the series, and it's gonna be awesome. So check that out. Otherwise, I'm also going to be GMing an upcoming podcast here through Chromatic Chimera called Curio Academy. It's a Masks podcast. Keep your eyes peeled for that. And speaking of podcasts, we are re-releasing our Quest the Soaring series. Quest the Soaring City series as a podcast every Wednesday. You can find us on Anchor, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Just search for us on your favorite platform or go to our Anchor site, anchor.fm/no-initiative, and check it out. So if you want to catch us from the very beginning, everything's going to be re-releasing. So that's it for me. I can drop it down to Nunu next.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm Nunu. Sorry for only being here for half the episode, but I guess it was worth it, huh? Arvis for the win. I play a typical Charmblade for Quest Soaring City, Zake, and you can find me online at jnunutex, wherever you find people online. Well, next week is the finale, as was mentioned, but all jokes aside, that we did previously, there will be for sure a season 4. We've decided on it already. So yeah, we'll have season 4 of Quest, the Soaring City, and if nothing changes, it will kick off on the 12th of April, 2 weeks after we finish our finale next week. So yeah, if you liked our show so far, stay around because season 4 will be good, right, Nathaniel?
The next season will be a happy one.
Yeah, it's just
I mean, I
community
did
college.
just say in chat that we need that season 4 to wrap up all the mean things I've done to Ro.
There you
The
go.
next season will be
So,
a happy one.
This is going to be wrapping up things. For Ro, other characters, there's season 5 and season 6 and season 7. So on. Well, you get the gist.
One season each.
6 seasons in a movie.
A 5-year time skip just so you can finally kill Ro.
Yes, exactly. That's what we're going to do. But hey, don't worry. We know we're going to be 2 weeks, and that's a lot of weeks without Quest. So maybe you want to try Quest for yourselves. So you know what? We're Quest affiliates. You can go now to the store and get 10% off all purchases using the code NOINITIATIVE, all caps, no spaces. But if you wait slightly longer, starting March 21st, you can actually get 20% of all your purchases with the same code. No initiative, all caps, no spaces. So if you like Quest and like what we do here, go on. I would recommend waiting for March 21st to get extra 10% off. But go there, buy the book, buy the cards, buy the pins that are lovely. And yeah, just have fun and enjoy while we don't come back for season 4. I think that's all that I have to say for today. So I'm going to drop it down, not down to my left, to Izza.
Yep.
I'm Izza, and I played Faris, and both of us are fine. You can find me at Evil Clever Dog on Twitter and Instagram, and also on YouTube, where my channel is called Evil Clever Dog, where I post cool cosplay and crafting videos. I just did a Scarlet Witch video. Go check it out.
It's so cool.
It's very cool.
Thanks, guys. As well as that, you can find me here every Monday playing my very sad girl, and also with Nat in that fun Pokemon stream. As well as that, on starting in the beginning of April, me and Nat are also going to be in a Spire actual play, also on twitch.tv/FinTheBin. It's going to be very fun. I have to finish the character art for that soon. And I'm also part of the Asians Represent podcast. I'm part of their Critical Read Al-Qadim stream every third Saturday of the month. So the next one will in fact be this coming Saturday. So come check that out at 12 EST, 5 GMT. That's probably changed because you guys have done your daylight savings. Follow Asians Represent on Twitter and you will find out. I think that's everything for me. Megan, it's your turn.
Hello. I'm Megan, and I've played Lena, and we are also both totally fine. We're okay. We're doing fine. A little guilty about shooting Zeke. That's fine. Everything's fine.
There was a lot of friendly fire in this episode.
Love heals all wounds, but also healing magic also heals all wounds. Probably a little better than love does, but you know.
And healing potions.
Not a magician. But yes, you can find me. Most places you can find somebody on the internet at MeganLynn FTW. Let's see. You can find me here, obviously playing my delightful trash can. And I'm excited to be playing her for at least another season. You can find me next Tuesday playing In Our Masks one shot, which I'm very excited about. And then you can also find me the last Tuesday of the month, that is the 30th of this month, on my show Unprepared, where I facilitate jamless and prepless games for my friends. That's at 7 o'clock Eastern. This month we are playing Our Lady, which is an awesome 3-player storytelling game that my friend Jess wrote, and I love it very much, and I'm excited to share it with everyone. I also write games, and you can find all of my games at meganlynnftw.itch.io. I think they're pretty neat, so you should check them out. I'm working on one right now about superheroes because that's all I think about. Yes. I know, entirely unsurprising. And yes, I believe that is it for me. So I will toss it up to Robert Allen, voice actor.
Oh, hello, Megan. Thank you. You're so kind. Hello. I am Robert Allen, as both Megan and Nat have stated today, voice actor. You can follow me online, or you find people online, at Voices of Robert. I am actually going to be starting on my Twitch channel, which is also at Voices of Robert, a Pokemon Radical Red stream sometime soon. One of the harder ROM hacks out there with a lot of changes. I think all the way up to like Gen 6 Pokemon, like crazy stuff in it. But it's a Fire Red hack. I don't know the exact day, so follow me on Twitter to see when I tweet out when I'm going to start. But it'll be soon. Also, you can find me here every Monday. Also next Tuesday for the Masks one-shot. And from March 21st till March 27th, Chromatic Chimera is doing a week where they kind of like raise money for a good cause. This time around, it is the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. They help people out who are dealing with multiple sclerosis. They help with a multitude of different things. Counseling, understanding the disease, helping people get, medication if they can't afford it, and all these things. They are phenomenal. They've helped me out as I have multiple sclerosis, and I think that they are a great, great charity to really kind of put your weight into when you got the chance. Little money here, stuff like that there. But, just supporting us during that week. Even if you can't donate anything, just coming in and supporting, sharing it with your friends. That would be great. We would love it. And we would love you, whether you do or not. But I can't wait to do some superhero stuff for multiple sclerosis.
Did y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? I thought I just heard the rare call of the Robert Allen voice actor.
Caca?
I got nothing else. Robert, you
Well,
have to
he's
come back
gone.
to take us off live. Hello,
No,
Robert, you're
we're-
at tech.
The stream's just gonna be going till next
All right,
Monday
so
now.
Don't forget, we're here
so-
forever.
Do we just chat like, hey, what's going on, y'all? What's up?
Well, why don't we just keep playing? But the doctor's not
Ooh.
here.
I don't have any AP anyway. Not like it matters.
I gotta figure out. You're gonna get AP after this session.
Hell yeah.
I actually do have some left, but it's
And after that, it'll reset, so don't worry about it. Just
Totally fine.
rain
If you
AP down on them.
If you
but I
got
don't
'em.
have much.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, yeah, I mean, as these lovely people said, thank you for being here with us today. It was great. We had that little bit of like, there was that time where you knew something was missing, and then Nuna returned, and it was great.
All was
And
right.
here I am.
And then everything went fucking south.
Because
Also
Nunu returned.
because I'm here.
I
Yeah.
can't believe Nunu ruined everything.
Damn it,
I
Nunu!
feel like we did an adequate job. I just want to put that out there.
We
All
did.
things considered.
Yeah.
Like-
Not our fault that Arvis has prophecy
Not
armor.
our fault that Arvis showed up.
Yeah,
There
is,
was a little bit of prophecy armor going on there, admittedly.
We just reacted to the situation we were put in.
So, fun fact, I did like a jumping arm swing to swap the dab, and I punched the ceiling and it hurt.
Oh, you
Okay. Okay.
Well,
Well, that's a good
Cut.
note.
and with
okay? See you
that,
guys next week.